There we go. Mr. Handsome. Oh, nice.
Even better.
Handsome.
Wow. We're live, everybody. Hi, it's Lee and Fred.
Hello.
And it'll be a short show if we don't get anybody else on.
Yeah. Pauline's not around. Bill's not around.
No, is that what Pauline? Did Pauline say she? Oh, that's right. She is out of town. Bill's birthday is today.
We
That's why
need
he's
Tony.
not on.
We need Tony on the show.
No, Tony was just left here. Actually, he was just here.
Wow.
He was just here. I've been helping him with his reunion slideshow.
Oh, for his family?
Yeah. So I was just responding to an email you and Bill changed with about the Olympics, and I love the Olympics. If I could right now, Fred, if I had the money, I would have a wall. First of all, no matter what, forever for the rest of my life, if I had the money, I'd have a wall of TVs so that I could watch, like for instance, get the Sunday ticket and have all the games going at the same time. And then, like in a TV station or whatever, I'd have a router or whatever thing that I could say, and then have one big screen in the middle, and then have all the other screens around the outside. And I can say screen 5 take, and it would put on the big screen. Yeah, and then I can switch them back and forth. When commercials come on, I can take them off and put on the.
I know somebody who's got the NFL, whatever it is, the package.
Yeah, the game ticket, whatever.
When you get in within the red zone, they cut you.
Oh, the red zone. Yeah. That's cool.
That, I'll tell you what, is crazy because there might be 6 teams in the red zone. So, Cincinnati's on the 12, 3rd and 2. And then, blah, blah, blah. So-and-so just scored. They cut. And it's like, oh, my God, you can't.
Yeah. But at the same time, I wish they did the exact same thing with the Olympic coverage because there's so much like talk about this swimmer, all this time while they're waiting, and they could be showing team handball, like you said, in the meantime, and then just switch right back to, and they're off. I want to see the race. I don't really care about all the lead up crap.
Yep.
I want to see the game. Like same with team handball. I want to see people playing soccer, whatever. Like this morning, I got up early and was watching part of the Netherlands and U.S. team, and I hit record because I had to take my daughter to her babysitting gig and all that stuff, and so I haven't seen any more of it. I have seen that they won on Facebook, but I love watching them play. So, and I saw also in the Facebook picture that they won. Megan Rapinoe was in the picture, and so was Alex Morgan. Well, they were all on the bench when I was watching. They hadn't put the superstars in yet.
Yeah.
And look oh my God. She's beautiful. Fred, you can't see her, but I can see her. She's beautiful. She got her hair down. And I know she can hear me, right? Paul, right, Amy? Yeah, she can hear me. Let me bring her in.
Oh.
Look at that hair down. So pretty.
Nice. Rarely do it.
I know it's all combed out and everything. How pretty.
How are you guys doing?
I'm good.
It's been a long week.
I bet it has. Why has it been so long?
So last Saturday, Alex hangs out in the town close to us.
Oh, God.
There's a bunch of teenagers that run the streets.
Oh, God.
So last Saturday, I said, hey, why don't you have your friends come over to our house? Because they're always hanging out at the park. I said, we'll cook some burgers, some dogs, s'mores, just hanging around the fire pit type thing.
Mama bird trying to keep the baby bird in the nest. Go ahead.
Just try to give them something to do other than just loiter. So after dark, right? Because you're not supposed to be in the parks after sundown. So they ended up coming over like at 9. We made burgers and dogs and whatever. We noticed that some of these kids were eating a ton of the food. Well, it turns out a lot of these kids have parents who don't want them around the house, and they end up just crashing at other people's houses or sleeping in the park. So we've been housing a mix of about 8 to 10 kids every night for a week, feeding them, giving them a place to stay because they have no food unless they just happen to come across it, or they're sleeping in the park or just crashing at anybody's house they can find a place to crash. One girl sleeps even at her own home. Her parents are, and she actually sleeps in a chair. Like that, she doesn't even have a bedroom. She just sleeps in a chair in the living room. So I've spent my week running kids places, feeding them, giving them a place to sleep, giving them, TV to watch, a backyard to play in. What?
Doing laundry.
Tons of showers because these kids don't have a place to shower. Tons of laundry. Their clothes. They wear the same clothes. So
Can I tell you
watching
that's actually a dream of mine, to be able
Is it?
to own a big house that I can help kids who are having transitional problems with their parents and with other issues. But I want to keep their parents in the loop. Their parents need to know where their kids are.
we're
And I
keeping
need their
every
parents to
parent.
know. I
Yep.
need parents to know where their kids
We're
are.
keeping every parent in the loop that we can
Awesome.
contact. We actually, one of the kids wasn't feeling good the other day, and there's like a group of parents like us who care. They actually had the cops come to our house to check him out, and the only person they could contact that cared to talk to them was the grandma. So that kind of gives you an idea what we're dealing with. So, yep. So
the cops are aware you're housing a bunch of kids too.
And not that we're housing them, but that they're spending the night.
No. I
Oh,
don't
they
mean
get
that in a
it.
bad way.
They
I'm
get
just
it.
saying you
They
are
know that
housing
they
not
know
the same
that.
kid.
Yeah.
Maybe,
They came over to do a wellness check on
you're
this kid.
housing teenagers.
Yep. So
Yeah,
they
no,
know
I get
that they came over to do a wellness check on this one kid because another parent had called it in that he had passed out and he wasn't feeling good. He's 6'2", 250 pounds. He looks like a professional football player. He's 14. He hadn't eaten all day and had nothing to drink. So a little
How
food.
did the
and a
other
little
parent
water.
knew he fell out?
There's like another parent in the town area where like a lot of kids hang out at her place because it's a safe place. But yeah, she doesn't have a lot of space. We do. So we've had kids sleeping on the floors.
So where's Zoe been all this time?
Who? Sophie?
Sorry, Zoe.
I
don't know.
Wondering who the heck all these people are in her house. She's like, all these people. And they're all Alex's friends, so that she's like, "Oh my god, they're all so nice."
Okay, now tell me now, is these Alex's friends or acquaintances?
Both.
Okay.
I'd say mostly friends, though. And
Really?
these are good kids.
No, yeah.
That's the sad part. These are all good kids. They're polite. They're nice. They're,
You know what you need to make sure of, though?
What?
They're not carrying anything, not guns, but I'm talking about drugs that could get your house freaking impounded if they had a raid on the house and found drugs in your house. They can take your house from you.
Yep, that's the rule. Yes, civil forfeiture. Yeah, civil forfeiture.
So,
but those are the
that
rules.
doesn't happen in your kind of instance. Cops aren't going to necessarily do that to you. But if they have any inkling that you're dealing or that you're helping these kids and helping these kids keep their drugs or whatever, they'll nail your ass. So yeah.
The kids we give every kid the same lecture. You're more than welcome to stay, eat our food,
no drugs,
sleep
no alcohol.
Safely, but no drugs, no cigarettes, no alcohol. And I said, I won't judge you if you do it somewhere else. You're more than welcome
outside and smoke a cigarette.
Do not bring it in my house. Nope, not even on my property.
Oh, but they can bring cigarettes in your house. They just can't smoke in your house. But they have to
go
out to the
we
park.
tell them not to even bring it.
Go out onto the You can't leave your cigarettes somewhere.
Yes, they can.
All
Those
right.
are the rules. If they want to stay here, they can follow our rules. If they don't want to follow the rules, they can find another place to crash. But but they like to stay.
And the likelihood that any of them are carrying is pretty high, probably.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, have weed on them or whatever, but you're not going to search their pockets, and it's an honor system kind of thing. And they're not. You can smell it if they try and light up. So that's their ass. No matter
some
what
of these kids smell of it. Like when they arrive, it's take a shower, wash your clothes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you're not washing clothes, huh?
It's been an adventure. Galen has got 1, 2, 3 of them out for dinner tonight with Alex. So
don't do that.
What?
Well, try to avoid doing that. I mean, I can't say you can't do that, but
do what?
You got to get money from other people. Do a GoFundMe. Let some people give y'all some money to do some of this housing.
Yeah, it's okay. We got.
Honest to God, Amy, that would be something that would be so much fun to do. Is to get like a hostel, have like a hostel place. I would love to do that, man. I would love to run one.
Come on up and help, man.
Man, it needs to be done here too. I mean, there's lots of kids the same boat.
It's tough that there's nowhere for these kids.
The problem is, you want to say to Alex, listen, Alex, this may seem like it's really cool. These guys are really cool because they're on their own. They're doing their own thing.
Mm-hmm.
But think about it. It ain't cool. You
got
to see how much struggle it is. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And please be happy that we love you and we take good care of you. And
Yeah, in fact, it's kind of funny.
Respect that. That's my issue. Please
Yes.
just respect that, because I am here for you. You know that your dad is, Sophie is. We are a family, and so you're running off without telling anybody where you're going is disrespectful, and I don't want you to be disrespectful, because it's not a trait I want you to have as you get older.
Yep. Yeah. And he gets it.
I know.
So all the kids had no idea he came from our neighborhood. They all thought he was just one of the street kids because that's how he portrays himself.
Exactly.
With these kids. And then when they all came over to our house, they're just.
Now, I bet you a ton of them were like, listen, dumbass, you shouldn't be out all over the place. You should be here at your house. Your mom and dad love you. Because these kids understand that completely. And I've seen that. I've seen that issue where people say, dude, quit pretending. This is the most fun, awesome place to be. And you're acting like, and I've heard you say, because he probably has, my mom's such a nitpicker. No. My dad, man, he's lazy. All these other things that he's probably just trying to get in with them, and they're doing. And I've just dealt with this. This is why I know.
Yeah. No, you're totally right. The one kid, when I picked him up one night, he's like, I was joking about how Alex thinks we just ruin his life, and because we follow the rules, and we actually drive around and chase him down when we can't find him or he doesn't answer his phone. And the kid's like, he's like, I wish my mom cared about me like that.
Yep.
Because the only time my mom cares is when she thinks I can score drugs. Don't
start crying.
Well, no, he said the only time my mom cares about me is when she thinks I can score drugs for her. And I'm like, God, I can't even imagine that world that these kids live in.
I like your haircut, by the way, Fred. Sorry, Amy, I didn't mean to.
Well, thank you.
I just remembered that he got his haircut the other day. He came in here to see me, and then he went to the barber.
Fred always looks good.
Oh, isn't that sweet?
No,
seriously, you do. You always look good.
Oh, you're too kind. Thank you.
I'm totally serious. I need makeup and hair and all kinds of
Be careful. Hey, be careful, Amy. Kathy's wandering around down there.
Oh, she's outside. I wish she'd hear that.
I'm just being serious.
Shut up, Fred.
I can say it platonically. He just always looks good.
I know.
That's not sweet.
He's a handsome dude.
Oh.
No, see, I can say it too.
What am I, Lee? How do I look?
Cute, Fred.
There you go.
You're cutie pie. Cutie pie.
Cutie pie.
And then, I loved when he was here the other day because his wife would call and his phone would say, calling Kathy Schwari.
Yeah.
Calling Kathy Schwari. I'm like going, oh, Kathy Schwari. She has a different last name than you.
My dentist partner, in fact, my dentist, what am I talking about? Her last name is Dvorak. But,
oh, nice.
But
Dvorak.
Siri always calls it Dvorak. Always. Siri, I need directions to Clifton and Dvorak. Because
he was a music guy, right?
Dvorak.
Right. Yeah. Did he do just music, or did he do operas, or what?
I don't know.
I'm not sure what all he did.
I'm asking the music major here.
No, I'm not. You know what? But I'm not 100% sure what all he did. I mean, obviously, I'm not sure.
What's his first name? Andre?
Anton? I think was it Anton Dvorak?
Anton Dvorak, I guess. I don't know. And if I talk to my girl here, she'll go, "You're off the line. You need to check your router." My little A girlfriend here.
Now, since we're having a short show tonight, I'm going to go over to the corner over here where Kathy is. All the dog people meet there. They bring their folding chairs.
Bring their dogs and shit in your yard?
No, just up the corner, like
okay,
like a football field away, if it is that far.
Oh, it is that far. Gotcha. That's where
they all sit around and they all talk. They bring bottles of wine and they chit chat. They bring folding chairs and they bring.
They have open containers of wine. What is the Loudoun County Police number?
Private property. And
not if they get a complaint from a citizen.
Oh, we've had some complaints here that are really ridiculous. What was the one I read today?
There's a bunch of Karens live in your neighborhood, probably.
Yeah. A few, no, you know what? Not a bunch, but just a couple enough to
That's all it takes is one or two. That's right.
You know,
all it takes is that one who stands at her window and looks outside and goes, "Yes, Loudoun County."
Today's was complaining about the airplane noise from Dulles. Now we know where we live, right? That's a big freaking airport. You can't miss it. It is loud. Right now,
who's complaining?
Somebody who lives here and saying we need to do something about this. It's like, dude, people are traveling around the world. And we had to sign a document for the FAA to say that we wouldn't sue the FAA for making so much noise. So when you come in here,
Oh,
and
God.
even if you didn't sign, how could you have come here, looked at the house, and not heard a plane go by? They're crossing over at about
Every 5
18.
minutes. Every 5 minutes, right?
They're about 1,800 feet when they're crossing over, so they're low and loud.
Yeah.
And when it's cloudy, oh man, there's nowhere for the sound to go but bouncing around your head. When it's cloudy out there and the sound can't go up in other directions,
Yeah.
it's geez. But it's like I grew up near railroad tracks.
That's why tornadoes and thunderstorms, tornadoes especially, you hear that sounds like a train engine, because the sound of everything that it's hitting and knocking into in the wind is just doing this. And it sounds like I mean, I've lived in Iowa, believe me. I know it from freaking damn around here. You're talking about a 1 or a 2 running through this area. That's nothing. You go to Iowa and you got a category 5 or 4 tornado running down the other side of your street, shaking the crap out of your house. I mean, that's crazy stuff. I remember looking out the basement window and seeing a tornado, and it's probably a couple miles away or a mile away, but it was just rolling and had a big old debris field following with it. And we were just, luckily nothing ever hit our house, but people across, like literally behind our house, the street that was on the opposite side of our house went down one side of that street and killed the houses, and on the other side of the street, nothing. Just everything looked fine.
Wow.
Drive down the street, and one side everything's fine, one side everything's gone.
The planes going by, everybody sort of likes them. People that are here, and I do too, and I get my tracker and I say, oh, that one's going to Brussels. It'll be there at 6:05 tomorrow morning. And it's just sort of fun to, say, oh, man, I wish I was doing that.
Cliff Clavin. You need to listen to you know what you should do, Fred, is on your phone, go find one of those airline scanners so you can listen to the tower talking to the airplanes.
Oh, yeah, you don't have to buy them. They're free. I've heard,
No. It's an app. It's a free app. I mean, it's a free app on your phone.
Yeah.
You can download. We have one for Fairfax County Police, Fire, and Rescue.
Yep.
And my wife is addicted to it. She listens to it.
I can't follow what they're saying.
No, you'll get used. You get used to it.
I was going to say fast enough and well enough.
Yeah.
421, Roger.
The cops are very cryptic when they talk on each other. And like one of the latest ones that they've been doing for 20 years probably. But I asked our SRO at the school, it's like, what the is direct? Instead of 10-4, like people used to say 10-4, they say direct. I'm direct.
Huh.
Or direct, like I heard that. I heard that. I'm on my way. What direct can mean so many things, and that's what drives me crazy, because they'll say direct in one instance that I'm like, it's not the same as the other instance when you said direct. What? How is that one word for two different situations and two different meanings? It's
like Roger
always drove me crazy. It's always driven me crazy. And then I remember Airplane when he goes, Roger, and whatever they do up in the cockpit.
Mm-hmm.
What's our vector, Victor? Roger.
And don't call me Shirley.
Don't call me Shirley. Yeah, that's right. What? Oh my God, a hospital? What is it? Well, it's a big building with lots of patients. But that's not the point. That's one of my favorite lines in the whole movie. Oh my God. Food poisoning? A hospital? What is it? It's a big building with patients. But
I haven't seen that in so long. I should watch that.
You should watch it again.
With
watch
the kids.
Yeah. Your kids be like, oh my
now
God.
that they're old enough to see that kind of stuff.
You got to let them watch one episode of Leave It to Beaver first.
Oh, jeez.
Why?
Because Beaver's mom is the one that speaks jive.
You're right. Okay.
Goes, listen, Jack, to the SummerSlam band and Chicka Tango. And the guy's like going, no, girl. Like back and forth. Oh, my God. That is the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. Cleaver translating for the stewardess.
What's
I don't think they can't make that movie today.
No,
never.
There's lots of stuff. Like, for instance, how about the kids? Remember the two kids? And the guy walks up and said, would you like some coffee? And she said, sure, I'd love a cup. This is a kid, like a 13-year-old, 13-year-olds. And he's got his suit on. She's got this like business suit dress on thing. And he says, "Would you like some coffee?" And she said, "Sure." He says, "Would you like sugar in it?" "No, I like my coffee black, like my men." I mean, my God. No, I like my coffee black, like my men. Oh,
That would never fly today.
oh, hell no. And then there's that one, they wanted to make it an R-rated movie, right? And so there's really no violence. There's not that much cursing, truthfully, or anything like that.
Mm-mm.
So what did they have? They had this woman during the plane when they told everybody on the plane that they're having some issue, and this woman jumps in front of the screen with bare boobs and bounces up and down and goes off. That's why I got an R rating.
Really?
Oh yeah, they added
Just
that.
because
So
that
one
one singing. Wow.
Yeah. Oh, and the singing. Oh my God, knocks out her thing.
But you know what? It's kind of crazy that it was so important to get that R rating so that you would appeal to adult moviegoers.
Everybody, right? Because if it's not R rating, who wants to go see the movie?
Yeah.
That's the way it was in the late 70s, early 80s.
Hey, today I watched an hour and a half show on the making of The Sopranos. Just different stuff they did. It was really good.
I never ever watched that show. It's one of those shows, just like Game of Thrones. Never seen an episode in my life. People refer to it all the time. It's popular. Everybody knows. It seems like everybody knows everything about Game of Thrones.
Mm-hmm.
I've never seen an episode. I am in love with the lead woman, though. She is the sweetest.
Who is that?
Is it Amelia something? Amelia something is, I can't remember her last name, but she's awesome. She's just this cutest thing. She's a Brit. And she can do, she's like me. She's a mimic. I mean, she can do, I say, was she doing that? She can check out and make all these different dialects and things that would drive Walter crazy. Seeing them being said by some cute little white girl, doing all these different. And they had, I just watched on YouTube the Saturday Night Live. I mean, not Saturday Night Live, the Tonight Show where Jimmy had her on and he challenged her to read. What was the thing here? She had to read a lyrics to a song. There was a song, read the lyrics, and every now and then during the lyrics, they were going to give her a different dialect.
Oh, cool.
To do Southern.
Oh, cool.
You know what? We got to go over that. That's not like Southern. Sorry, I can't even.
That was like a little.
Yeah, it was a little
South London.
A bit of South London, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's.
I have no idea, but I'm just making that up.
But then it's more of a Scott. I love listening to Scott people talking.
All right, so Scott on vacation.
Two Scottish people talking to each other is a trip. You can't understand a single word they're saying.
Nothing. I went to buy gas.
In the back of you.
Oh yeah, I went to get gas for the car in Scotland. Not a freaking clue what he said.
Petrol.
I've got money and I've got a credit card, and I can't. What am I putting it in? Are you taking them? What happens? What's the steps here? Here, take some money and give me some gas. That's all. Oh, petrol. Jesus! I couldn't make.
All you have to do is you have to walk up and say, "Petrol, please." I'm a dumb American.
Yeah, no, that's one of those, you pump it yourself, and then you go over and pay them cash. This was before credit cards. Were popular, and it was like, what do I do? Where do I go?
You don't know how to run that's the guy's looking at you. You don't know how to run a gas pump?
Yeah.
That's probably what he's looking at you like, what are you asking for? Go put gas in your car. Come up here. I'll tell you how much you owe me.
Yeah.
Except he's going out and then you go, come on, and it was so that way.
There you go. That's how it sounded.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Kathy, what are you doing? I don't know.
It reminds me of Grease. Grease talks about, hold on, let me do my Grease. The other day we went on a golfing trip in West Virginia. My buddy let me use his new car. Oh man, that car was something. And it talks to you. Can you believe that? It talks to you. It says things like, left front door is open. Left front door is open. Or right rear tire is low. Something like that, You're just driving. It's like, whoa, what the? I'm driving along there in West Virginia, though, and all of a sudden I hear, your fuel is low. your fuel is low. So I'm like, all right. So I pull into the local gas station. I pull up, get out, and the guy comes over. And when I open my door, it says, left front door is open. He's like, well, golly. Well, golly. That car's talking to you. He's, oh, yeah, watch this. Your rear front bumper or whatever. And it's a couple other things. And he goes, and he looked in my car. He looked into my car and he looked on the front door seats and it had 2 golf tees were sitting on my front seat. It must have fallen out of my pocket. And he looks and he goes, what are those for? I said, those hold my balls when I drive. Them Japanese think of everything, don't they?
That's so bad. It's good. Oh my God.
I know.
Oh Lord. That's quite the visual, man. That is really. That's a visual, man. Oh goodness.
Got Fred. That's a grease, Fred. That's a grease man. Grease man. Hey, what are them things on your front seat? Well, they hold my balls when I drive.
I remember.
Are they? Is he still on the?
Grease still has an internet show, yeah.
He said one time when he went out to play golf, he had a terrible day. Yeah, terrible. Oh man, the only 2 good balls I hit is when I stepped on a rake.
Sorry.
Great fan. He's got so much material.
Oh my! I know he does. He's just so funny, and he just keeps it like for the perfect time. And then when he does it, everyone just has a freaking cow. He is so funny when he comes up with stuff. What was the other? I mean, he's talking about. I remember one time, one of my favorites was he was talking about driving in the snow, and he said he was. He's in his big truck, driving his big 4-wheel drive Ford F-250, and he's coming up this hill, and in front of him is a Volvo. He's got a Volvo driving, and he's slipping and sliding. He doesn't know what. The light turns green. He can't go anywhere. His tires are spinning. So I put the car in drive, and my truck in drive, and I pulled up and bumped his bumper and pushed him up the hill. And his wife is hanging her head out the window screaming at me, "You dirty, rotten redneck!" And I put the car in park and jumped out and walked up. And I walked up to his side of the car. He rolled his window up. So I went around to her side of the car, and she's still yammering at me, just yelling, angry. And I said, "You know what you can do, lady?" And I unzipped. And you hear the big zipper sound. And he goes, "And I laid my python on the window." Yes, sir. And she hit the electric window. And up went the window, and it caught onto my hydraulics. He said, and he started driving away, and he's pulling me by my hydraulics. Oh, my God. She let the window out, and I fell over to the side in the snow, and I'm holding my hydraulics. I'm just like, oh, God. And the state trooper pulled up. He looked at me. He'd seen the whole thing. "You need any help?" I said, "Yeah, will you kiss it and make it better?" Yeah. No one's laughing at that one, but I'm laughing at that one. I like what he said to the trooper. "Do you need anything?" "Yeah, you can kiss it and make it better."
Lido.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I went overboard there. Anyway. He didn't say hydraulics. What did I say? Is Python? No, he didn't say it. He said, "I dropped my hydraulics on the window." She rolled up the window. And in those Volvos, that was the point. In the Volvos, those windows go up so fast I can get a chance to pull my hydraulics back. And got him caught. He dragged me by my hydraulics.
All right, I'm gonna go see the doggy people.
No!
I'm gonna go hang out with Kathy and the doggy people.
You know what? Don't do that, Fred. You know you're going there for wine. That's the only thing you're going there for. Don't pretend you're going there to see dogs and people. You know the wine bottles are open.
They are, and I don't
get a mug. Take a mug with you when you go.
I don't like the taste of wine, except I like champagne. I do like champagne. I could knock off a bottle of champagne, but I don't like wine. But I drink it because it's social. It's what you do. You go somewhere, you have to have a glass of wine. So
can I give you a little hint about champagne?
Yeah.
if you're having like Thanksgiving and everyone's having some either sparkling wine or sparkling cider or champagne, and you put in pomegranates. And the pomegranates, it's the freaking craziest thing. You put them in there, and then the sizzling or the CO2 or whatever of the drink makes them float to the top. But then when they breathe or whatever, then they float back down. So the whole dinner, you got these pomegranates going up and down, up and down. It's fabulous. And they leave little bubbles when they're going down. It's such a cool thing.
Wait a minute.
Oh, here you go. You have a pomegranate?
I think so.
Oh,
You can also do it with raisins.
Well, you know what I mean? Probably the same thing. I mean, same kind of idea. It's fruit. God knows what other things you can do it with.
Here's the pomegranate seeds. Now, let's get
Sparkling wine or sparkling cider.
Let me see what I got here.
And unless you bought it from this Champagne region of France, it's called sparkling wine.
Yep.
You know that, Amy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Din, 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 din. So what other things do you think it would probably work with? You think it would work with like raspberries and stuff?
I
Well,
have
not the
no
whole
idea.
raspberries. Probably
I
too
just
heavy.
know it works with raisins because of
but
the
they're
little
small-
the little
they're one
wrinkles on
small
it.
one. Yeah, but what? So if you put like a whole blackberry in there, it would probably sink and just stay sunk.
It's Costco, but it'll do.
It's sparkling wine.
Yeah, it's Prosecco. Yeah.
Oh, then you'd love that too. That's like champagne, right?
Yeah. Oh, I know.
You like
I like candy drinks.
Get a proper wine glass. Get a proper wine glass.
Right.
And we're going to try this out, ladies and gentlemen, as you're watching today. We're going to be trying out so now that I'm going to look like a fool, because I just said pomegranates go up and down in the sparkling, and they're going to go to the bottom and just sink and just stay there.
Here's what do you call it? A sparkling wine
A
glass.
flute. A flute.
I'm all set.
Is that what that's called, Amy? A flute?
I'm not sure. I think so.
Different glasses have different names. I don't know them all.
Mm.
What are the names of your dining room? What are the names of different glasses for beverages? Flutes,
Highball,
highball,
snifter,
snifter.
schnapps,
No, that's not a
tonic.
glass.
What?
Not a glass. A schnapps glass, you mean?
Yeah, little schnapps
Okay.
glass.
Okay, but you said schnapps, and I'm like, well, schnapps.
Oh
is
yeah,
not
a
glass.
schnapps glass, like the little tiny round
Hold on.
ones.
Is it real crystal or no?
Where's my microphone?
Kinda. You got to call Kathy. Come and have some wine with
Yeah.
you.
I should bring this down the street.
That's what you should do. You should fill up your glass right there. Actually, put in the pomegranates.
Yep.
Only about 10.
All right.
Like dump a whole glass full of pomegranates in there.
Yeah.
Put like 10 pomegranates in there. And then fill up your glass. That's probably, I bet you Kathy would never buy a screw-on bottle of wine. It probably needs a fold.
My mother-in-law, Kathy's mother, is the queen
Yeah.
of the glass. She's got juice glasses, white wine, red wine, you name it. There's like 15
Sounds
things.
like Tony. Yeah, Tony's got Dickies glasses, McDonald's glasses, Wendy's glasses. Yeah, there you go.
And like mother, like daughter, I see up there all kinds of glasses, all kinds of stuff.
All right, so do it. I want to see it.
No, I'm not gonna do it now.
What? That's what we've been sitting here waiting for you to
I
get that
know.
all together so we could watch those things go up and down in the glass.
I was gonna go see where Kathy is. I don't know. She might be
All
drinking.
right.
They might have plenty of stuff over there for us to drink.
I'm sure they do.
Actually, I don't have my phone. Let me see if she's been trying to reach me. Hang on.
Fireball. That's what they probably have over there. Got some Fireball. Oh,
God,
see,
she's
Kathy's
here.
there.
Hey, she's here. I thought she was down the street. What a kook. What a freaking
You
kook.
heard my
I am.
whole story about the Volvo and the truck. Oh, damn it.
She heard it all.
Yeah, she probably heard it all. She thinks that Lee Bailey's a bad influence on my husband.
That's right. That's what she's going to say.
Yep.
There you
And
go.
she's right.
Chris Weldy. Oh, I hope he's watching. God, that's awesome. My cousin's husband. He has a freaking Volvo wagon that's got this turbo engine in it.
Perfect.
Mechanic. And it's got these pipes coming out of the hood. He's so fast.
Hey, where's your buddy? What's his name?
From where?
He used to be on the show, but he's no longer on the show.
On this show? Billy Riley.
No. I don't want to say Alfonso.
Walter.
It's not Alfonso. Well, how could I forget his name?
Not Walter.
Tora.
Oh, Tora. Alfonso.
Yeah.
Tora commented on the show. He said, "Happy Friday, friends." Then Michael Guagliano said, "Laugh out loud" to something I said. That drives me crazy. People write that. They're like, "Oh, that's so funny." And I go, "Oh, good. What?" I mean, I thought I was funny all the time. You got to be more specific.
Oh, Tora, happy Friday, friends, and happy Friday to you, too.
Indeed. Somebody's watching right now. They should comment so we know who they are. But anyway. You look great, Amy. I love your hair down like that.
Do you?
Cool. Yeah, it's pretty. Very pretty. Did you roll it and everything?
Nope, I just blow dried it this morning. I usually
Is it
just
naturally curly?
It has a little curl to it, not curl, but like kind of wave. But I woke up, we were up to about 4:00 because the kids were just still awake and being rowdy.
That's your other new rule. You come into my house after freaking 11, boom, quiet.
Oh, we tried that, but they started giggling, and then somebody has to go to the bathroom, and then somebody
How many
wants to
bathrooms do you have in your house?
What?
How many bathrooms do you have in your house?
We have 3 full bathrooms
And a half.
and a powder room.
Do you have a full basement?
Yeah, and a full bathroom downstairs, but nobody goes down there. So,
well, that's where you ought to freaking stick them.
Well, it's full of crud right now, so we need to decrapify the basement.
Hey,
what?
Perfect. You have all these teenagers at your house. Have them help you clean up all that shit.
The one kid wants to do.
And then you get the football player, have him stand guard so that Galen can't come down the stairs.
It's Galen's mess, so
that's what I'm saying.
We got to
Put your
get that
guard at the top of the stairs.
First.
He won't let Galen down, but everybody else can be down there grabbing.
That's true. The kids and I have said we're going to block him from coming down because he won't let us clean it.
Is there an exit downstairs to go outside?
Yes, there is.
Well, there you go. So he's kept. You have the football player play your bouncer at the top of the stairs. Everybody else bags up everything and takes it out the back door.
This guy who's he looks like a football player. He wants to record, and we've got recording equipment in the basement. So he wants us to clean up the basement so that he can get downstairs and he can, try recording some stuff, which is cool. I think that's excellent.
That is excellent. You should, and just tell him, you know what? Go convince Galen to get rid of all the shit that's in the basement.
I know.
Because it's probably worth nothing.
I know. That's what I'm hoping to do.
Oh my God. I watch those same hoarding shows.
He's really bad. He inherited it, so.
I understand.
Quite frustrating.
Yeah, I get you, kiddo.
I thought it was going to be. It was hard moving in here to the home we were in for 30 years, and it took me a while to get used to it. But I'm glad we got rid of some stuff, and it was time. It was time. I had my fun with it, and it's time to move on.
Mm-hmm.
Did you give it away instead of throwing it away? We've been doing that in my house for the last several weeks.
We had a yard sale, which I wouldn't do again. We gave stuff away. Most people don't want stuff. So threw some of it away, donated, whatever. Just got it out of there.
Something you think can be used. This is what we're doing in our house. We always have a bag of keep, a bag of donate, and a bag of trash for everything. Whenever we attack it, we're attacking some area. And we've been bags and bags of giveaways. We back my dad's truck up and we take it to Salvation Army.
Perfect.
And they just take it. They don't look at it. They just take it. Those your dogs? They don't get it. So I'm by myself, everybody. How you doing? I hope you're doing good. Hope you're doing well. Don't know where my boy Walter is. Wish he was on because I love him. I love that boy. Yes, I do. He's a superstar in my mind, my book, my hello, my goodbye. And hello, bye, goodbye. All right, so we're still doing all this stuff. Let's send this thing to Facebook. Hello, everybody. Hey, ready. Hey, buddy.
Buddy, I'm looking for something. I can't find it here. Let me see.
Live now. Buddy. Okay, is it gonna go away now? There it is. Goodbye. Buddy. Yeah. All right. I saw that already, and I sent you. I was going to send you. I think I sent my address to you.
Yeah, well, you sent me.
To send it here.
You sent me email.
I want you to send it here.
There.
To
Okay.
the studio. It's 6541. No. 5641. Damn. 5641.
All right.
Burke Center Parkway, 22015. Burke Center Parkway, Burke, 22015.
What's the zip?
What? 22015.
Okay.
That's Burke. That is the Burke only one. There's only one zip code for Burke, and that's 22015. And 22015 is only for Burke.
5641 Burke Center Park.
Yes, that's correct.
So, she left.
Yeah, she's dogs were barking like crazy.
So. Oh, I heard that. What was going on with that?
I don't know. She went to investigate.
So there's your luggage tag.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I look forward to using it.
There you go.
It means I look forward to going somewhere.
There you go. Throw it on a backpack if you're going somewhere.
Yeah, I carry backpacks.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
No.
Too old for that crap. I used to be a Boy Scout, so I used to carry big old packs all the time. And because I was in charge of meals mostly for our Boy Scout troop, for our leadership corps. We would go on camp out and we would teach all the patrols how to make meals and what to order, what to pack, what to do. And then we let them decide what they were going to bring and haul in. Remember, we used to tell them, remember, whatever you haul in, you got to haul out. And whatever you haul in, you got to haul in. So, be careful about all the different things you want to bring in.
Yep.
And so we used to say that to these kids, right? And then I had a big backpack on my back. Then I was always sharing a tent with somebody, so I didn't have to bring the tent, whatever. But I had in my backpack, I had ice because I had freaking ribeyes.
Nice.
Yeah, man. We have ribeyes and baked potatoes and butter, and I had a cooler in my backpack that had all the food that the leadership corps is going to be eating. And you should see these kids looking at us like this. Because all they're eating is beans and weenies. That's all they have on their little thing. We're over there eating steak.
We'd cut open our potato, put some butter and salt and pepper in there, aluminum foil.
Wrap it up in a foil, put it in the fire.
That's it.
Absolutely, man. Exactly. You cut that sucker open, put all your crap in there, and just let it all melt. In
fact, this guy, when it wasn't a camp out, it was a local thing. This guy used to let us go use his property every Wednesday night. He was a friend of the scout leader, and he had I guess today I'd call it a stream. Back then we thought it was a big river.
Right.
And we'd go swimming in there and all that other stuff. So we had to make the fire first, fix our potatoes, throw them in the fire, go swim for 45 minutes, come out, get the corn, get the potatoes, get the drinks, eat, clean up the guys' area. And then they would give us rides back to the scout leaders. We'd get home around this time. Around this time. It was just getting dark, and it's just in the summer, just like this.
Oh, so you didn't spend the night. You guys just went for...
Oh, we did that too, but this was just like every Wednesday during the summer. Just
go hang out for the day.
Yeah.
I got you.
But
yeah.
In fact, my first camp out with them was like January on Cape Cod. It was freezing. Everything was ice. You had to kick the ice in to get water to wash your face.
Absolutely. No, let me tell you something, man. You're right on the same, even though you're up higher, a higher level of north. But when, down here, we went on winter survival camp out. And I remember that was one of the most fun camp outs I ever went on. And guys were bringing, they weren't allowed to bring tents. You had to bring like sheeting, plastic sheeting.
Yep.
And you had to build your own lean-tos and put the plastic sheeting on the ground and put it on the lean-to so you wouldn't get any snow coming. And it was snowing fairly heavy the
Wow.
whole time we were there, or the whole day that we were preparing and putting our campsite together and all that kind of crap. And then through the night, it snowed fairly heavily. And but guess what? I didn't sleep under the lean-to. No, y'all go ahead and do that. I put my dad's army hammock up, put up a line from one side to the other above it, and put my dad's poncho over top of that, and climbed into that damn hammock with my Coleman stinking sleeping bag. Took off all my clothes, just wearing underwear.
Yep.
I was so friggin' toasty in that dang place, and snow's coming down. And I mean, God, I fell asleep. I woke up about 6 o'clock in the morning to take a leak. Climbed out of my thing in my bare feet, climbed out of my hammock into the snow. It was like, I don't think there's any steam, but I sure as hell was not cold. And I took my leak, and I'm looking up the hill, and our scoutmaster, who's a captain in the Navy, he's up there with like about 3 or 4 or 5 blankets sitting by the fire, freezing his ass off. And I'm like going, why didn't you just get in the damn sleeping bag without any clothes on? You've been toasty right now. You're sitting there freezing to death because you have too many clothes on you. You got too much stuff on you. You need to let your body breathe the heat and everything. That's a #1 camping rule. It's right in the Boy Scout book of camping. You just strip down to your shorts and your shirt. And I'd say, fuck the shirt. Excuse my French. Oh, damn. Sorry. I say, screw the shirt, man. Screw pants or any kind. Just get in there and I cover my stuff because I just don't like sleeping with all that running that open up and everything. That's the only reason why I wear underwear, because you watch these guys who go up in the Himalayas and stuff, buck naked. They get in their damn things. They get into their things buck naked, and because they have these down superstar. But I don't know, man. That Coleman sleeping bag, ain't never failed me. I had it my whole youth. Never failed me. It was always nice and warm. In fact, there's a lot of times in the summer campouts where I just laid it down as a mat and just slept on top of it.
She's back.
She is back.
So here's a little toy. Lee gave me one of his cards, and a friend of mine gave me the laminator so I can make luggage tags.
Oh, I love that.
That's cool.
That's cool.
Yeah. So, because when you travel, you don't want to use your home information.
Yeah.
People know you're not there. So you always do it to an office or someplace where, where people know you. If you got a cousin
where
who's
they can
a barber.
find you. Yeah.
Yeah. Even if you had like a cousin who's a barber, say, hey, can I use your address? If my luggage gets lost, I'll at least go to your barber shop. It won't get,
Oh, I love
3
that.
dudes will show up at the barbershop and go, thought you were out of town.
If you want it, I got plenty of stuff. I got plenty of laminated stuff. If you want them, send me a couple business cards. Yours, your husband's, whatever.
You know what's so funny? I just got brand new business cards.
Here we go.
And it's kind of funny because it's the first time in my life I've had a business card that has no address on it. Because we have no addresses. I have my title. I have my name. I have my phone number. I have my email. There is no address because we are now virtual. I have no office. It's so weird.
Wow. Hey, listen, I just saw the card there. What it said. Can you throw money on my Easy Pass?
Can I do? No, thank you.
What? Are you Easy
Throw
Pass?
money on my Easy Pass.
Are you Easy
No.
What?
No, but she's director of something with transportation and tolls.
What was it again?
No.
Let me see it. Hold it up again. Let me see.
Got to send one to Fred, by the way. See, director of strategy, transportation, and tolls.
Wow.
Yeah, big time.
Wow.
Hold on, put that back up again. One more time. Oh, I thought it said Amy Elizabeth Gift Esquire the third.
No, it's ITIL.
ITIL.
It's
I'm like, wait a
IT
minute.
standard.
Girls aren't the third. They don't do that with girls.
I'm expert certified in ITIL.
ITIL.
So what is the end of your email? .io?
Our company uses .io.
Wow.
Yeah. There's so many things with CAI to be different. They decided to go to the IO just to differentiate.
I think I forgot now, but I was looking this up before. I think Bahamas is .bs, So if you look
Mhm.
at anything like Trump.bs or
I want .bs.
Huh?
I want .bs. Where do you
Very
get that?
expensive. They're very, very expensive. You're
Oh,
not going to
I
get
love that.
you're not going to get a what do you call it, a GoDaddy $9.99 special.
That's what I
but
did.
look like Biden. You'll see Biden.bs or Trump.bs or anybody.
Well, well, there you go. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to make a
they're
Biden.bs.
like $2,000 to get those things. I mean, they're really great. They know they know that they fell into it and they got really damn lucky that they're .bs.
Mhm.
Biden.bs.
Well, think you could do it locally. You could do it like in a mayor's race or a governor, whatever. You could have a ball with those.
Yeah.
Now I don't
Yeah.
know why I can't paint
Terry
those.
McAuliffe.bs.
Right. So you got Terry and what's it called, the guy running against him pledged to put up 75 mil of his own money, and Terry's got plenty of money. He can almost match this guy. So they shouldn't have
Yeah,
any
but he's
problem.
a politician. See,
But
this is what is disappointing to me.
They
is
shouldn't
a
have.
politician to have that much money. They're supposed to be serving their community and stuff like that.
Right,
This guy, the guy who's running against him, is not a politician.
Yeah,
And,
so,
and you know what? And so my impression,
Not
I'm not
only
going to get
fast.
too far into this, but my impression of that is he said something about when Trump ran for president, I realized I could do that too. And what he's talking about is a businessman running for political office.
yeah, he did a
He wasn't
terrible
talking about
job at
being
it.
a huge Trump fan.
He did a
But they
terrible
use
job
that
at it.
little bit there that McAuliffe goes, he's not a real
there you go.
Republican. Or what does he
Anyway,
say? Not a something Republican. Anyway.
what I was going to say is those campaigns could easily afford $2,000 to
Oh,
buy
yeah.
a
Yeah,
BS.
no, I understand.
Yeah.
Right. The guy running for city council can't afford that, but those guys with millions of dollars can easily afford that.
And yeah, you could just make your own domain, which is .Biden. You can do that too. I mean, if you wanted to have everybody on your team,
I wonder if there's
Fred Schwery .Biden. I mean,
I wonder if there's what do you call it? A joy.
A more joy. I could do more
just
joy.
joy. More
Or just joy.
I've never heard of that, but that would be interesting to see if it exists.
I mean, they can create it. It's not a big deal. You can that's what the money's involved in there, though, to create your own dot. But I've already looked on my GoDaddy, and there was nothing with .joy. There's .tv. There's .com.
Well, you could petition.
.world, whatever. Yeah, no, I know. Yeah, I wonder.
Send a note.
Joy.
The powers that be. So
.joy.
we need one more. We need
Love that.
one more.
That would be. We need 20 more or something, whatever. I think pretty soon I don't know, but pretty soon you're just going to be able to get an email that says, if you put in this is what other people don't understand too, is you put up in the domain, when you're searching for a domain, you just put up in the corner, everyone thinks you have to put in http // www. No, all you have to do is write after the www part, and it'll just fill in the rest. And people don't realize, they go, oh, I can't remember. My dad does that. I can't remember those email addresses. I can't remember those websites. HTTP. Dad, just write in morejoy.com and you're good. That was the only one I couldn't get, actually. I could get More Joy Media, More Joy Radio. I couldn't get morejoy.com.
Well, there are people who want to get rid of the whole domain concept.
Oh, really?
And just let people completely have their own thing. There's a reason why you have it, but with new technology, do you need it is kind of the question. Do we still need to do things that way?
Well, that's what Facebook is.
Well, originally it was designed to differentiate government from commercial accounts, from organizational accounts,
Sure.
But nobody follows the rules anymore. I mean, some of the, dots try to be a little more effective in making sure that they only go to certain organizations, but
sure,
nobody's really controlling it anymore.
No.
Yeah, Nick was telling me that because there was something I was going to look at .org because it really was .org.
Nick does security stuff, right?
And Nick was saying, what? Everybody goes to .com. Don't fool around with .com. They're just going to go to .com. Just make it a .
Yeah, by rote. I mean, they just by rote. If you tell somebody it's amygish.io, okay, next time they're going to email you, they're going to go, what was her email address? Oh, it was just her name. That's right, amygish.com.
Yeah,
exactly.
They're going to forget the .io part.
That's why I was asking about that. I thought that's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah, so
that's
how I would be doing it. I'd be just say I do that. In fact, I've done that with between com and org all the time.
Now the White House, whitehouse.com is a porn site.
I know.
Yes.
And
I hit that accidentally many years ago.
Yeah, me too. I did it accidentally years ago.
I think Senate.com might also be porn.
And I flagged myself at the company.
Now, Diva,
We got an
you flagged yourself.
inquiry.
You called the boss. Listen, I was looking over people's accounts, and it seems this one person was looking at whitehouse.com. Who is that? Me?
Yeah, oh yeah.
No, it was so funny. It's like,
Call yourself in.
I was legit trying to do research. What the heck?
Yeah. I think I
Well,
did.
you know what
I
they told
my
us?
boss that I did. I just in
Yeah.
case anybody comes down and says anything.
Well, this is the thing. I remember our security at the Senate. We used to have to go once every year or once every 2 years, maybe every 2 years.
Mhm.
We had to go to our internet ethics and whatever thing. And they just told us the same thing every time. And we would sit there and go, okay. Actually, that was part of the sexual harassment course that we had to take every 2 years. And, of course, we were very bad and said, ooh, I'm going to learn how to sexually harass people. Let's go to that class, that kind of stuff. And that was me in our studio. Everybody laughed. That was pretty damn funny. But
I was the chief of training.
Are you going to have sexual harassment class? Yeah, we have to go down to that. Me too. I can't wait to learn how to do it. Anyway.
I was the chief of training for my agency, and I was on the receiving end of these clown comments that people say, you know what, somebody said, Jesus, let me go.
Yeah, exactly.
I'd go talk to them, but don't do that. It's not funny, blah, blah, blah. Everybody's heard the same old joke. It's not even new. And then go tell the person, oh, well, I can't tell you in detail because it's a personnel matter now. But
well, I told you that one time in this whole we were having a back to school meeting at the school. All the teachers were together, the staff members, and all that kind of crap. I was Mr. Security guy sitting in the back, and people were talking. So she's our principal, Kathy Benner, who I love to death and love. We talk all the time on email and stuff. But she was up there in the front. She said, we're going to do a little quiz. I'm going to give out some questions. You guys answer them, and we have prizes. So she had those prizes to give people for shit. And what are the middle names of our current running for president guys, McCain and Obama? And somebody raised their hand, and she said, yes. He says, Stephen and Hussein. And I said, which one's which? I thought that was funny because it's obvious which one's which. I'm not cranking on somebody's middle name. I just thought it was funny. And a lot of people laughed, and several people gave me these look at me like, I can't believe you said that. I'm like, well, it's just a joke, people. Get a life. My God.
You can't joke about anything anymore.
No, you can't joke about anything. This was fucking, excuse me. This was like,
see, I'm silent. I'm thinking back when I was at work. Somebody said that at work. I go, oh, okay, all right, here we go. I
want to answer that's clever and quick. How quick did I come up with that? I was very impressed with myself that I came up with that little jab that they would do on Saturday Night Live or something like that. I was just doing a little bit of humor levity. I mean, I didn't care who that Stephen was. Yeah, I didn't care. I
didn't know
thought it was
Stephen.
funny.
It's Stephen?
That's what the guy said, and she said, "You're right." I said, "Which one's which?" And so that's you're funny. I thought it was funny as hell.
They're probably not going to sleep.
Is that Sophie?
I'm hearing something. Something happened.
I heard Sophie.
Amy, talk.
No, she's got her mute on. She's talking to her daughter. Sophie?
Well, take your time.
Talking to one of Alex's friends. Hold tight.
Oh, one of Alex's friends. Okay, sorry.
Hold tight.
All right. Hi, Alex's friend.
Hi, Alex's friend. Want to come around and say hi? Okay, she's going to say hi.
All right,
it's Zambria.
Ugly old men.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm awesome. How's life going?
Decent.
Good.
It's better when you're there, right?
Mm-hmm.
I hope it's better tomorrow.
Yes, indeed.
Thank you.
I know, right?
No
Every day
doubt.
always gets better, man. I'm telling you. I'll be right back.
All right.
Yeah, take your time. I got a drink of water anyway.
Well, you and I can talk, Fred. I know you're mad at me because I made that Hussein Stephen joke.
I'm getting a drink of water. Hang on.
I thought I'd get you to laugh for sure on that one, buddy, because it had nothing to do with politics.
I need a drink of water.
I know. Had nothing to do with politics. I was just being cleverly funny. And if you think about it, it's very not racist because I was just saying McCain could have a name Hussein in the middle. I wouldn't care. You know,
You know what happens?
it's just obvious though. So
As it goes up the chain,
I know.
the story changes.
It sure does.
And somebody
He said
starts.
that stupid black guy's name is Hussein.
That's what it starts
It's
with.
not.
And then I get it, and I call one. Did you say this? No, I said that. Then you talk to a couple of people. No, he said this, and go back to the person. He didn't say that. This one said, "Oh, I thought he said." I have one. I'll tell you off the air that came. I was.
Oh, I bet you got a lot of them, buddy.
I've had
No
a few
doubt
of
about
those,
it.
and it was
At
like,
that level,
and it was like, dude, did this really happen? No, I was doing this, not that. It was something. People.
Well, the whole reason I started on that whole thing is because, you know me, my little going this way, going that way. Well, the whole reason I came on that thing is because when we did go to the sexual harassment class, they talked about internet and porn and stuff like that, and websites you're not supposed to go to, because this was before they could block them. Now they block them. Now you go, if you have, for instance, even here, this internet here, if I go to a certain website to try and see something, and you believe me, it's not porno, it's not bad stuff, but it's like if I go to a website, some kind of
sometimes
sales, some kind of a sales, like Chinese website, something like that, they go, no, you can't access this website. So, but before they could block you and block certain because they just put it in, cannot access, and then somebody types in all these different websites that you can't access. And now that's the way it is. But then they didn't have that blocking. She would just say, if you go to a website and spend more than a second looking at it, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
But because we're going to give you the benefit of the doubt that you maybe typed something in wrong.
Yeah.
And it comes up, you go, oh crap, get rid of that. Boom.
Do you guys remember
how long you spend on it,
Remember the old days where if you clicked some of those sites, it just cascaded about 1,000 different windows?
Yeah.
Yes.
And it would take you like all day. You'd be like, click, 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 click.
Oh my
I
God.
did that. There was another situation where I was doing research, and I hit, back in the day, you just would hit these websites and you get this research.
Greatglutes.com.
I forgot about that. That's right. They would go all the way across your screen, and they kept opening up, and they shut them down, and they'd open up, and they'd shut them down.
Yeah, so I have a friend who, back when it became a thing, let's say 20 years ago, to start buying up URLs, like website names. He bought tons of them, and the ones that he found the most lucrative were the ones that were inappropriate. So you could buy like fuzzy kittens, and everybody would be like, "Oh, I don't want that." One of the ones that he had that there was a huge demand for is nakedhooters.com.
What comes up on that, Fred?
What was it? Naked what?
He wanted naked. He bought nakedhooters.com, and that was one of the ones that people desperately wanted from him.
Nice.
He found that the risque names. What?
Was he able?
I don't know if he ever sold it actually, but
do you know that it says for More Joy Media on what's it called? It says it's worth $1,000.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, and I'm like going, wow, who wants to pay me $1,000 for this? Because I just might give it up.
I used to sit on a bunch of different. I had a couple URLs for a while.
I knew you did. You told me that time.
And I just got to the point. It's like, people offer things, and just it's such a pain to transfer them. Sometimes it's like whatever. I'm just letting them go, giving them back to the good of the world, and if somebody wants them, they can have them.
Right.
I have a couple I've been sitting on for a few years, like 4 more years, the number 4 more years. So your boy Trump can use that 3 years from now.
There you go.
Whose boy? Whose boy Trump? Neither one of us. Our boy Trump. Please get out of here.
Who do I have? What else do I have? Oh, I didn't do anything with this, but I have Yes We Did. I got it just before Obama was leaving office because it was Yes We Can. I figured somebody's going to want Yes We Did. So I sat on Yes We Did, and nothing ever happened with it.
Nobody bit?
Oh, a couple people were saying, oh, it could be interesting. I said, okay, let's open it up, go. And nothing ever happened. What I went to buy, shows you how fast these things go. A few years ago, I'm going to say 5, maybe more. It could have been 10. There was a commercial with Alexander Ovechkin. And he got a hat trick in this commercial. And they called it an Ovech trick. Ovechkin, Ovech trick. I said, oh, that's going to be worth something. I run upstairs. I go on to buy the thing. Some guy bought it literally a minute before. He must have done the same thing in his.
Oh yeah, there's a bunch of people that do that.
No.
There's a bunch of people watch the news, and when someone has some crazy tagline, boom, they buy it.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh yeah, it's a
that's
huge
crazy.
competition.
Like with Bryce Harper. What is it? Clown? That's a clown question, bro. He was 20 years old. He was in Toronto for the All-Star game.
Somebody asked him a question.
And they said, "Oh, you're 20. You can drink now up here. Are you going to have your first drink?" And he said, "That's a clown question, bro." And he went on to the next guy. They had T-shirts. I've seen the T-shirts that say that.
That's a clown question.
Yeah.
Bro.
Because
That's
Then there's
kinda
all
funny.
those, bro. And I'm sure they have all these, but there's a whole list of bro song saying names like Abraham Lincoln. Hey, Abraham Lincoln, and remember those? I still think those are cool as hell. And I still, every now and again, get in the mood to go look them up so I can send emails to my friends and say,
Do you
"Hey,
really?
Hey, what's up, Abraham Lincoln?" Yeah, I have one friend that I do that with a lot, and he comes back with another one, and it's cute. It's fun. I haven't done it.
I
know.
I had one from a political organization I belonged to. I don't know why in the world I was looking at it. Oh, something went screwy. I couldn't get through. And I needed to. It was like 4:30, 5 o'clock on a Saturday morning. And who's here? Who just
I
jumped
just
in?
put up a Laji bit.
Oh.
Canoe said to me, he's a friend of mine. Lee, what the hell are you talking about? Did he put?
But he's laughing.
Yeah, he's laughing. A
now-
Laji.
Now I forgot what the heck I was talking about.
I'm sorry, Fred.
No, that's okay. No. I got up. And I don't know. I woke up. There you go. That's the end of my story.
That's not a bad story.
There you
It's a
go.
great
I woke
story.
up. Tell me a story. I
Hey,
woke up.
listen, that's a great story, right? Isn't that a great story at our age? At your age, I woke up. Woohoo!
Hey, I'm even feeling it at my age, dude. Seriously.
I know, no crap. It's like
Wait till you get older and your memory goes, honest to God, it's just awful. You go to the store, you come
you know
back,
what you
you'll
need
go.
to do then. You need to have your granddaughter, because it'll be fun to have her do it. Give her this assignment. You have your granddaughter. If have you ever seen the movie 50 First Dates?
Yes. That's
Remember, have your granddaughter make you a recording, a tape that you can pop in every morning when you wake up. It tells you all about who you are, what you're doing for the day, how you do stuff, all that kind of stuff. Wouldn't that be so cool? Make her create the tape. I want you to make me a tape. My memory's going. Okay, so my memory's going too. What's her name? What's your granddaughter? Layla, yeah.
Layla.
So Layla, this is what I want you to do. I want you to make a tape to help me remind me the things that I normally do every day, so that I can pop it in. I can see your pretty face. You need to introduce yourself.
Do I remember who you are?
So I remember who you are. Then you can show pictures of everybody in the family.
Hey, you know
Tell
what?
me who they are. And
That
then,
would be a great idea. I should call her every night before she goes to bed, about 8 o'clock or whatever time, and have her take notes. And I'll tell her, Layla, tomorrow I need to do this, 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 and this. I said, now you need to call me, by 7:30 and tell me what's on my list, or text it to me or email it to me. She's got a smartphone.
yeah.
And do that when you wake up in the morning, and I'll give you, $1 a day for every day you. I like that. I'm gonna see if she'll do that. She'll do that.
That would actually be a very fun little experiment to do. That'd be kind of.
Hey, that'd be a fun app, wouldn't it? Let's make the app a reminder app.
Yeah,
A special reminder app for people who are starting to become senile.
there you go.
And then everybody in your life can go to your place in the app and remind you of stuff.
Well,
We're kind of laughing, but
Hi,
I could
Uncle
see the
Fred.
way-
It's Dave, the guy who you don't like. Just wanted to remind you I'm here.
Yeah, and you still owe me the $20.
I could seriously see that being a really cool.
Yeah,
You know
don't
what?
really owe him $20, but he's going on there going, "Hey, Uncle Fred, can you send me that $20 you borrowed from me 3 years ago?"
Gee,
You
I
like
don't
this.
know.
And that's how the internet jerks do it too. Is they call these old people on the internet and stuff like that, or they call them and say, "Hey, you forgot to pay this bill. And I'm calling so you can collect it, so we don't go to, whatever." And there are people, it happens. You hit enough people, you're going to hit somebody who goes, "Oh my God,
I've
for
done
again?
robocalls.
It's for the air in your house." Yes,
There
the
you go.
air in your house now costs something. Biden made people start paying for the air in your house. Oh
Right.
my goodness, I didn't know that. And you haven't paid in 3 months. It's going to be $75. Give them something that they can easily write a check for $75, and then send. Don't go $4,000. Well, they might do that though too. So who knows? But I'm like, I tell my mom and dad, don't even answer the phone anymore. You know?
Yeah.
It's crazy, isn't
People
it?
know how to contact you, and if their name doesn't come up, don't even answer it.
Have you guys gotten any interesting spam calls recently?
No, I haven't.
We've been getting your social security number has been compromised.
I've had that.
We've gotten that one. We get
But
about
it's a
12
recording now. Now it's a recording. They don't even let a real person do it.
But we get about
Because
12.
if it's a real person, I jump in their shit.
I must get between my home phone and my cell phone and Galen's phone. We must get at least 6 calls a day for our car insurance or warranty.
No,
car
warranty.
warranty.
The warranty. You know what I want to do to that one? Unfortunately, it's also a recording, so you can't talk to anybody. But I've tried to go into it before, and then I know better than that because then they see that somebody has tried to go into it, and they just call you even more. But I would love to go into it and say, and they come on live. How you doing, sir? Would you like to interested in getting your warranty renewed? For which car? For which car? You know, that's the kind of questions I want to ask them because they have no idea. They have no idea.
Have you guys had your Apple password compromised? Have you guys had your Apple account
they
compromised?
talk about it doing all the time, and I go, "Oh,
I've had that one.
Oh, you know what I have is Norton Security. Have you had that email?
No.
Your Norton Security is due to be
expired,
redone. It's expired. Have you seen that one?
I just got that one not too long ago.
I've gotten tons of those. I
just
go down
McAfee as
going,
well.
click,
All the
click,
different
click.
security companies.
Yeah, I don't. Maybe I have seen a McAfee.
My favorite one is the IRS, where they tell you that the police you're going to be arrested for IRS fraud, and
all right, sounds good.
Speak up now.
Well, you know what's funny is, can you tell me where they're going to be going? Where are they coming to arrest me? Do you know where I live? I don't think you do. Have a nice day.
My dad wants to get one of those phone calls. He's dying for it.
Me too. Me too. I want
a
live person.
He wants to rip them apart.
Yeah.
But what they've been doing is swatting. I don't know if you know about swatting. You know,
I do. They call the police and give them your address.
If you piss them off, they call the police and they say, "Oh my God, there's a beating essentially," and then you got a mess. But
and that's the other thing too. You guys, I went to a security training class several years ago, and I'm sure Fred knows of what I'm speaking here. What are the guys that they're sovereign citizens?
Oh, Jesus.
Sovereign citizens. David, do you know what a sovereign citizen is? You do?
Yeah. Okay. Go to.
All right. They're horrible. Are you a sovereign citizen?
Go to U.S. District Court for the Eastern District of Virginia and look up S. Kenneth Booker versus a bunch of people, including me.
S. Kenneth Booker?
Booker. Yeah.
That's one of them. It does all the kind of stuff and tries to put liens on their homes, on their cars, on their.
So it's public information.
It's legal for them to walk in and put a lien on it and just say lie. Yeah, I want to put a lien on his house because he didn't pay me for fixing his bathroom.
Exactly.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yep. It goes in until you can take some action to take it off.
Take some action, but you got to go through call a lawyer. You got to do all kinds of crap to get it taken care of. And these guys, man, they have their own license plates on their cars, and a cop will pull you over because you don't have a legal license plate, and they'll kill the cop. That's one of the reasons why we were watching it, because it was a whole security and police thing. And they showed us video of these sovereign citizens getting pulled over. And when the cop gets out of his car, starts coming, they jump out of the car and start shooting at him. Yeah. It's like, oh my God.
Those robocalls, we, do them politically. They cost as little as 3 or 4 cents a piece, and maybe 10 cents if you want them to push a button and respond.
Oh, really?
So, 1,000.
Listen to More Joy Media.
Listen to me now. 1,000 of them for $100, and they can do them like that. They'll do that in an hour. They'll have a
Diva. Let's write some scripts and let's get some of those calls out.
A lot of these places they just write their own script.
No,
they don't even. They just get some basic software.
We did one with an incumbent candidate. He's already an incumbent delegate in a McDonald's. We wrote it, recorded it, and put it on the air. Yeah. We you want to save this? Yes. Boom. And depending on how long it took, as he went longer, it was 7 cents, 8 cents, whatever. Yes, I approve. How many? We gave him the list of numbers. hit the button, the transaction was done. We spent about $80, and we had 1,000 robocalls that were going to be churned out in about 45 minutes because they have so many lines. That's why they do them. They're so damn cheap. The more you ask for, if you're asking for a survey, you could spend 50.
Hi, thanks for answering the phone. This is Lee Bailey, the DJ at More Joy Media. If you go to morejoymedia.com right now, you can get a free t-shirt and listen to our great radio station. Thanks so much. Have a great day. Don't want to bother you too much, but that's the way it's going. We have great music with something like that, right?
Done.
Yeah.
I don't want to bother you. I know these little calls. You don't
Do it
like
right to your phone.
often. Huh?
You do it right to your phone.
Yeah.
You could just now with texting.
Send me the
Holy crud.
Fred, if you know the website for this, please send it to me.
I don't know
I would
one
love to
now
do
because
that.
I haven't done it in years, but just Google create a robocall. You'll find
Okay.
100
All right,
places
all
that'll do. You never even have to meet the people.
God, I would love that. That'd be
And
so fun.
you build in some test ones. You put my number in there, your number, Amy's number, because they could say,
Oh, yeah.
we did it, Lee, and I didn't get a call. Then, oh, no, you didn't. I planted 10 names in there, and not one of them got a call, But they're usually honest because it's the touchless business. They're not even out recruiting you. They're not even knocking on your door. People who want to do a robocall.
I have Speechelo too, by the way. I have a free thing called Speechelo. Have you heard of this, Diva?
No,
Speechelo,
but
you can
I
write the script and then read it, and you can pick all these different voices and all these different things,
Oh, cool.
and they read it. Yeah, and you can actually, the more you pay, the more realistic the voice sounds.
yeah.
And it's awesome, man. It's such a cool thing. And I haven't played with it in a while. When I first got it, made several little Speechelo things, and they were kind of cute. Had a little girl from the South and a girl from Wales, and there's a guy from France, and what are these things? They have these French accents, and they even do it in different languages if you type in the language.
Mm-hmm.
So you can record yourself saying it. And you go, oh, you know what? That was like 38 seconds. That's too long. I can chop 3 seconds off there and save myself 2 seconds.
I already can do that. I already have that with Audacity. Yeah.
And then you do it again. You cut out a couple words that don't mean anything. And check the prices and
But guess what they do? You know what radio guys and stuff like that for their commercials? They just speed up the speed.
That's what I was thinking.
So they go a little bit faster, but you can't really tell they're going really faster because the voices still stays pretty much the same monotone voice, but it goes faster. So the more stuff you can get in, more words you can get in, and then you can really crank it up for the end of things. And doesn't apply to blah, 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 all that crap. That's the same guy's voice, but they put it really fast so that it all gets in the commercial.
Oh yeah,
Let me
see.
that'd be cool, wouldn't it? That'd be so cool. Yeah, I would love. I mean, you can do that. I can do that on Audacity, so I can make my bumpers and stuff like that. And if I get done with it, and it's like and it's supposed to be 60 seconds, and it's like 64 seconds, that's easy. You won't even be able to tell I sped it up. You know what I mean? Because 4 seconds is nothing to take off 60
No,
seconds.
you can compress things so easily today.
Yeah. Yeah.
And now they can accommodate the distortion you used to get. So it's so easy to do all of that.
If you ever wanted to use a good recording platform, Audacity is the best recording platform.
Hey, Lee, I just went on the first one. I just went on to look at one of them. It's 5 to 9 cents a call, 5 cents to 9 cents a call. And you can contact them if you want to do something special. So it's still that cheap, and it's been years ago. And they all do the first 25 credits free, blah, blah.
That's one call, 5 cents per call.
Per call.
Okay, so if I want this call to go out 10 times, I pay 50 cents per call. Right? I mean, 50 cents per minute for number.
Total.
Sorry, per number. If I want each number to get 10 calls.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah.
I pay 50 cents.
But even if you did one and you did 1,000 of them, that's 5,000. That's 1,000 nickels, which is what, $50?
$50, yeah.
I mean, that's chump change to hit 1,000 people right away. And you can even do it when you have a special guest and you confirm somebody tonight.
Yes.
You record it tonight, launch it at 9:00 tomorrow morning. You don't want to wake people up tonight. You launch it at 9:00, and you said it to launch at 9:00. And that, saying at 10 o'clock, we're going to have Joe Blow on and make sure you tune in. I know you're a big fan. And yeah, you could. So if you did that once a month and spent $50 a month,
Mm-hmm.
and just
That's
see where it
awesome,
goes.
right?
And if you want them to respond, like I said, they have more money if you have them answer a question or something like
Right,
that.
right.
Um,
But at the same time, I almost want to say that you can just put a whole list of phone numbers in and record your voice and then say, play these, send these to these couple numbers. And
Mm-hmm.
then you don't have to go through anybody. I think you do that on your own.
A lot of
You know
these
what I mean?
places will even tell you the
I know
phone
they do
numbers.
that with, hey, Fred, they do that with emails. If I want to send an email to a buttload of people, like Amy and I were talking about the other day, if it's a Facebook, for instance, you can say you can make a Facebook
oh yeah.
list
Yep.
of people that are your friend, and you make a post, and they'll go to those people.
Yep.
And so I'm sure the same way with your phone, you can make a whole list of phone numbers and say, I
Mhm.
want this phone, I want to call this number right now. And you call all those numbers, or you link your recording, whatever. Yeah. And tonight on this show, when I was setting this show up, there's a new part for StreamYard, and that is, you want to go live, or do you want to play a previously recorded program for this show for tonight?
Ooh.
So it'll tell everybody the show's coming on, but it doesn't tell you it's pre-recorded unless I was putting that in there. Normally I would. But it'll just start that show. Like this show right here, when we're done, it goes into my little, whoop. I can bring that back tomorrow and put it on. And I don't know that I'll do that with this show because I'm totally boring tonight. And I've said some very nasty things that you guys weren't happy with.
You know what?
Stephen.
For the winter, you can create one. Let's say it's snowing.
Yes.
You create one and you say, "Hey, folks, stay inside tonight. Don't venture outside. It's too cold and snowy and icy. Listen to More Joy Radio. Blah 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 blah." And just save that recording. If it snows 2 weeks from now, put it back up. It snows a month from now.
I need to do a lot of that. That's why I need you, Fred, here. I need you to be my producer who sits down. Honest to God, I need somebody that we talk about it, we create it, which doesn't take any time really for me. I can create stuff very fast. And we create it, and then you say, record it now. And but see, I can't, on my left to my own devices, I don't do that. But if I got somebody calling me going, hey, you need to record something. Oh, yeah, I got time for that. I'll do that. But if I left it to myself,
I'll have Bill do it.
oh, shit. Don't do it, Bill.
Hey,
Boy.
I got a question for you.
I love Bill, but don't get me wrong. I mean, he would do it.
Have you looked into hooking up with like Alexa?
And doing my voice on
So
Alexa.
if somebody says, Alexa, play More Joy Radio.
Oh,
Yeah, I've looked into that a little bit, not a lot, but
she's talking.
On Amazon Music. You're listening to All Hits Radio.
All Hit Radio.
That's not me.
What, Amy? When you said that,
Yeah, see, mine didn't because I have headphones on.
Alexa, stop.
There you go.
She's got a mind of her own.
You didn't have to get out of your chair to do that.
No, I know. I was doing the old man thing. I was walking over to shut it off.
But that would be really cool.
I know.
Yeah, come up with a plan. First of all, you've got your evergreens like the snow is. You can always use that whenever. Just have it recorded.
Right.
And we can record a couple. Hey, happy St. Patrick's Day! I'm here with our good friend Seamus, and you could do one of those and save it, and play it again next year or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Pauline emailed me.
That would be a great way to do it.
Yeah, and just do. Really, they're so cheap. And you got to get the number somewhere because nobody's got 1,000 numbers. But I mean, even if you just hit 500 of your friends on your email list or your Facebook friends, and then blast it out there to them at that such a cheap rate. It's amazing. Look at the Facebook ads. They're only a couple cents too.
Yeah.
If you say, I want women over age 40 in this zip code with at least a master's degree, boom.
Mhm.
It's 2 seconds to find it. They go, oh, that's.
Whereas if you said, I want women between 13 and 18, you get a bunch of fat guys sitting around there sweating, they'll get.
There you go. That and the police.
They're the ones that are doing that on the internet. I'm 13. I like older men. Whatever. Freaking hoes. I would love to be on the team that goes to that house. Freaking jerk off.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
that stuff drives me crazy, Amy. You know what I'm saying?
What was that show that did that all the time? It was on
Yeah, no.
NBC.
Guess what? Yes, it was the producer of that show was one of my principal's brothers, and he still does do it. Dateline.
Really?
It's called, what is it called? Catch a Predator or Search whatever?
Yeah.
To Catch a Predator.
Catch a Predator. I love that. When that guy walks in the room, that guy's
Oh, and they all go like, "Am I gonna get arrested? Yeah. Am I free to go? Yeah, you can go, but you're gonna get arrested when you get outside."
that's right.
No. I just
They walk out and the sheriff is standing there.
I just
You're
bought
leaving?
some pizza.
No,
And
you
I
weren't.
was just looking for a friend. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Wrong
How about
house.
the guy that walks into the room naked, walks into the house naked, and he's looking around, and out comes, what's his name? It's like,
Oh my! I haven't seen that
and guess
one.
what? They arrest him. He gets out on bail. They catch him the next night, wanting to meet somebody. Listen where? You ready? The next day, he offers to meet whatever this girl was that he gets caught up with. Crystal City McDonald's. So the guy was local. So I didn't know he was local when they did the first show. But then when I saw that he wanted by Reagan Airport, he wanted to meet at Crystal. Yes, ready? Okay, you guys. Oh, Bill can hear me right now. Let's all sing happy birthday to Bill.
No, don't.
Happy birthday to you.
Don't.
Happy
I have a
birthday
terrible voice.
to you.
Amy, hit it. Bring us
Happy
home.
birthday, dear
I
Bill.
appreciate that.
Happy birthday to you.
How's
You
everyone?
can't top lane.
How old are you, Bill?
Yes, you could.
54.
Oh, hey, that's a kid.
84, man.
Yeah.
I've been telling people I'm 56. I'm 55.
Yeah,
I don't know where I thought about that last time. Sitting in bed going, I'm not 56.
Yeah.
Why am I telling everybody I'm 56? I was telling Billy he was, how old are you? 56. I'm like, I'm not 56. I was born in 66. And I've already had my birthday this year. It makes me 55, right, Diva? Can you do that math for me?
No.
Billy boy, what's that red shirt hanging on a trophy or something like that?
That's his.
That's the more joy. That's the more joy jersey.
jersey.
Yeah.
So what did you and the fam do tonight?
We were opening presents, and then we did Panera. I was golfing today with a friend of mine I had seen in almost 2 years because of COVID. He and I, the last time we went up to Lake Placid together. So last time I saw him was February of 2020. So we finally got a chance. He took me out he paid for my golf, which was very nice. So we went to Westfields today. And I saw some other friends this morning. So it's been a long day, and I didn't think I would make the show. We just got done with dinner and presents.
I knew you would.
so-
Actually, that's why I sent you a link. I knew you were going to jump on with us.
Well, I'm actually
Yeah.
I'm only on for just for a few minutes because I'm trying to catch the Cubs game because I have no idea who the fuck is playing now because we got their players. The Nats got, and we're going to the game tomorrow night. I'm going with my buddy Kevin and Matt and his mom to the game tomorrow night. And I was talking to Kevin. I have no idea who's on the Nats, who's on the Cubs, because they got rid of everybody.
I don't know why they got rid of Trey Turner, man. He should have been a Nat for life, man. He's awesome.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't
word I heard is that DC wasn't one of his favorite towns, but DC sports is with basketball and baseball. I mean, they got rid of people, and I mean, really, Ovechkin's about it for this town. So we're going to the game tomorrow night. So I'm just trying to figure. For the Cubs, we lost. I don't even know who's playing those positions tonight. So trying to catch the game, and then don't know who's playing for the Nats. So trying to catch all that.
All right, got you.
So I'm trying to catch part of the game.
All right, so you went to Panera for dinner, and you had some presents. What'd you get for your birthday?
I got. Hold on, I'll show you. Wait a second.
All right, cool. That's good. I like when birthday boys come on the show. When's your birthday, Diva? Nope. You're muted. You're muted.
August 16.
August. Okay, coming.
Just a couple days away.
All right, I gotta write that down.
He's a Leo, just like me. So I got
Just a couple days.
Oh,
Yep.
we have a show that night that we should do. Oh, Frazier, nice.
This
Oh my
show
God.
was hysterical.
Yeah.
Yes, it
The
was.
brother is my favorite character on the show. He was
Yeah.
great on this show.
Niles.
Niles,
Did he
and
just die? Didn't he just die recently or something? Or
I think the
The
dad
dad
died.
did.
The dad died.
oh, That's right.
But this show was great because he was great on Cheers, and then when he did the spinoff, that show was hysterical. So,
Yeah, that's good.
so I didn't think
What
I was
else
going
you
to make time to. I got some stuff from Ron John Surf Shop in Ocean City.
What'd you say? What'd you say?
Exactly.
There you go.
Yeah. So I got a sweatshirt and I got some long sleeve shirts for wintertime. So
Listen, let me tell you something. These shirts at Ron John's are great for summer. For me, they block the sun, but it doesn't. Stay cool. I stay cool in the shirt. It doesn't.
I'm not a
Not
long
warm,
sleeve person for summer, but wintertime, yes, walking around the house in long sleeve shirts because the temperature in this house drops to like the mid 60s. So it's really
it was very hard for me because I went with Billy, took him over to the guy's name. God, I can't remember his name, but we went to his house because Billy had put out a thing about wanting to go to a pool and hanging out and getting some sun and stuff.
Right.
He said, "Dude, anytime, brother," and they saw each other, they hugged and all that kind of crap. Anyway, so I took him there, and I bought my swimsuit and everything because I can get into a private pool, but I can't get into a public pool. So I get into a public pool. So, but I'm sitting there, and I'm like, the sun was beating down on this pool, and I'm like, I can't come out from underneath this. That is too much sun for me, and it's too much for Billy too. But I can't tell him, he's a big boy. Can't tell him, what he should and shouldn't do and that kind of crap.
right,
So,
right.
but he was just, God, he was soaking. He's using SPF 15 oil. So I'm like going, dude, you're going to fry. And he goes, he doesn't care. That's what he wants to do. That's how he gets his tan. And I'm like going, well, you look at old pictures of me and
YOLO.
how tan I get,
Yeah,
Don't say YOLO, Bill. That is
YOLO.
the biggest, most obnoxious thing I've ever heard in my
YOLO.
life.
What's he saying?
YOLO.
You only live once. Have you ever seen YOLO on things? Oh yeah, it's a thing with the millennials. YOLO. You only live once. Might as well do it. No, you live more than once. So there you go.
Millennials, huh? Yeah, they're a good group.
Yeah, they're a tasty bunch. And Diva's got even younger than millennials at her house. Diva's been housing 8 kids at a time in her house for the last week whose parents don't want them in their houses.
Really?
Isn't that effed up? That is so
Wow. You're a wonderful person to do that.
Yes, you are.
I'm tired. I hope it's worth it.
It is worth it. I saw that on her face. Are you kidding me? Sarah?
Oh, Ambria.
Oh, what was her name?
Ambria. Isn't that a pretty name?
Ambria. Yeah, it's a beautiful name.
Beautiful name.
I know you don't want to out that. Now that we've said Ambria, we can't out exactly why she's there, which I'm sure you know, but what the deal is. So, and I felt so stupid to say, "How you doing?" She's in someone else's house. I mean, what the hell, Lee? What a stupid question to ask somebody. But she was cool. She goes,
You're good.
"Okay." And as soon as I said it in my mind, I went, "Oh, geez, Lee, how you doing? What?" That's like asking the guy whose shot got 2 holes in
You're
him,
fine.
laying on the ground, bleeding everywhere, going, "You doing all right?"
Did you like to play Mr. Lincoln? Duck.
Yeah.
You're good.
I'm sorry. What did he say?
So anyway, I just want to come on quickly to say hi and stuff.
Well, thank you, Bill.
I did.
Like I said, and it wasn't me trying to be reading Bill's mind or anything, but I thought, you know what? He loves us so much. He's going to have to hop on and just say, "Hey, what's up?" But the only thing was when you sent your email saying, because when the first time I saw your email, I forgot that your birthday is today. And then this morning when I realized what day it was, I was like, "Oh, it's Bill's birthday." And then I saw it on Facebook and I'm like going, "Hey, why did he write he's not going to be, I can't be on, we're doing something family stuff on the 30th.
We were doing stuff tonight. I don't know how
you
long
should have
it's
said
gonna
it's
go
my
for, so-
birthday. So we can all know
I
that.
don't need to broadcast it. I wasn't able to come on tonight.
I felt
I hope to be on Monday for trivia, but we have a budget draft meeting. However, that starts at 6:30.
Amy.
So I plan to be on 8:30. And the trivia for this week is Olympics.
Oh God.
Shocking. Is Biles
Hold on.
going to do any independent stuff? Have we heard yet?
Have no idea. I've been watching the table tennis. I'm fascinated
It's
fascinated
amazing.
by table tennis.
It is amazing, isn't it?
I mean, I
Watch
tried
those
some of
guys.
those moves on my table here. I'm like, I don't know how the hell they did it, but it's fascinating. It's so damn fast, and I find myself rewinding. How the hell do they do that?
How do they
And
even
it's
see
just-
it coming?
Yeah,
Let me tell you.
well, watching the guy serve is like, what the f? How is he doing that? So, but it's
Mhm.
just so quick back and forth. It's fascinating.
And here. Let me tell you. Let me tell a fun story. When we lived in Germany, when we first moved to Germany, I remember my friend Marcus Heinzmann was the next door neighbor. His mom and dad owned the Bäckerei, the bakery, that was in their house on the bottom floor. Well, in their house, and they had a big Hof, and his bakery was like in the back on a big building in the back that he baked everything in. And they were one of the town bakeries, and so people would come every morning for their bread. You know, that's how they shopped in Germany at the time. You came and got your Brötchen, and you came and got your bread for the day. And so he was busy. This busy crew there, those guys. And but on Sundays was the day number one. They opened the garage and pulled out the Mercedes, which never came out of the garage all week long. And he would pull it out. They would all hop in, go to church, come back, wash the Mercedes, put it back in the garage. Then the table tennis table came out into the Hof. And people from the neighborhood came over to the Heinzmanns, and the guys, the men, the girls would all be inside talking, chipping, chapping. But the men were out there playing table tennis. And I'm over there with Marcus just watching. And Mr. Heinzmann says, Lee, wo ist deine Vater? You know, frag ihn hier. Which, you know, basically tell your dad to come over here and play ping pong with us. Because I didn't realize that they didn't speak English, because I just spoke to them in German. Didn't realize we were speaking German all the time until I went back to visit them, and they didn't know a lick of English. I was like, you never spoke English with me? Anyway, so I went and got my dad. Sorry, too many derails. Went and got my dad. I went over to my dad and go, hey, Dad, Mr. Heinzmann, they're playing ping pong over there. You want to come over and play? And, you know, knowing my dad, if he doesn't know how to do something, I should have known right then. If he doesn't know how to do something, he's like, no, that's okay. You know what I mean? But he was like, really? Okay. So I had no clue. So we go back there. My dad starts kicking those guys' asses in table tennis. He's spinning that crap. And I'm like going, what the hell? And Mr. Heinzmann was loving it because he was killing all the other guys that were in the neighborhood. My dad was just roasting them. And I'm going, because he learned as a kid, they had a table tennis table down in their basement, and he learned how to play basically. But then when he went to Vietnam, he played in Vietnam on thing with some of the Vietnamese and learned all kinds of tricks and stuff like that with how to hit the ball back, how to put the right spin on it, and all that kind of stuff. Because I remember also as a 16-year-old, I finished mowing this lady's yard, and she had a ping pong table in her garage. And I went over and got Dad. I said, Dad, I remember when you played ping pong in Germany. Why don't you come over and play ping pong with me? And he's like, all right. Okay, all right. How much have you practiced? No. That's my dad's whole thing. You know, you got to practice and be able to play before I'll play with you. Same with tennis. He came over. This is the last thing I'm going to say. So he's sitting there and he goes, you ready? I said, yeah. I said, I'm ready. He's over on the very corner of the table, Bill, right? And he goes like this. Click. And I go hit it back to him. He has walked to the other side and put his hand in front of him. And when I hit it, it went right in his hand. And I said, what the? How did that? He goes, I knew where you were going to hit it. Where it would come back to me. And I'm like, and then I knew. And I said, the spin I put on it, I knew that if you didn't spin back, which you don't know how to do, it was going to come off your flat board right to this point. And he stood there and held his hand out, and it landed right in his freaking hand. And I said, okay, well, let's play without spinning the hell out of it. And he's like, okay. So we played a little bit. And it was all right. But anytime he wanted to get me, he would just. The other thing, too, when we're just playing regular, he was hitting them off the edge of the table.
Oh, jeez.
You know, then you watch these guys that you watch in the Olympics, those balls, they aim them and they just ride down the side of that damn table and off. Yeah, it's amazing to watch those guys hit. And my dad would never claim, and I would never claim either, that he could play anything like those guys in the Olympics. You know, those guys are amazing.
Yeah, there's one girl from China who's won gold 9 straight Olympics.
Wow.
Done it since she was a child.
Yeah.
Played table tennis since she was a child. I mean, I had a table tennis when I was growing up in my parents'
I
house.
remember.
It was on top of the pool table. And
Yeah.
so now I have. There it is.
Oh my god.
My kids will play, and then there is a air hockey table right there, and then in
Nice.
the
The
back,
air hockey table.
and in the back is the
That's
basketball.
a nice ping pong table.
I like air hockey.
Below
Let's
that
play-
is a foosball table.
let's
Yeah,
play
I
air
like
hockey.
I love those.
So when their friends come over, there's 4 different sports they can play.
And there's Papa Shot back in the corner.
That's cool.
Yeah, the basketball's in the back.
I have a question for you guys.
Yeah.
This is part of my fading memory again. Did I bring up last week about my 2 ideas to change things in baseball?
No.
Oh,
You
Hit
mean
by- hit by
the
a pitch? Did I do the hit by a pitch thing? No.
well? Do you know what Major League Baseball is going to do next season? This is why I hate Manfred. This is why I hate him. The doubleheader, 7 innings.
Yeah.
That's going to go away. So now you're going to make it even longer. Then he's going to get rid of the extra innings guy on second base, which the minor leagues do all that. In the major leagues, he's going to get rid of that too. So I'm like, he's
Oh, that's a good
Hmm.
idea.
a dumbass. So
What do you mean extra man on base? What does that mean?
to shorten the game, the minor league system at the top of the 10th inning, if it's tied, the last guy out is automatically on second now. So you're trying to speed up the game and get someone to win the game. And so if nothing happens with the visiting team, the bottom of that inning, now the home team, the last guy who got out, is now on second to try to get him to score him game over. Because this thing can go 10, 12, 15, 18 innings, and it's
I know.
ridiculous. And
Yeah.
with 162 games, there's very little you can make up because you're already with weather, and then now
Well,
COVID.
it sounds like he's trying to take it back to the original form.
Well, he's ridiculous because it's
Well,
a
that's
baseball
good.
game is an 8-hour experience. I
Well,
mean,
maybe
it's,
he'll appreciate my ideas.
Go
They
ahead,
are.
Fred, hit him.
And I wrote to the president of the Nationals and I asked Mr. Lerner to send them up to the owners meeting. They are at the All-Star game. You know how they have the home run derby?
Yeah.
A bunt off, just like Top Golf, where you have little markers at different, right? So you put one between like third and the pitcher. You know, that's a great spot right, as opposed to down first base. You get 3 points for that or 2 points, and a skills tournament for bunting.
bunting is an art in itself to be able to do that right.
Absolutely.
Number 2, guys are getting plunked all the time. The last couple of years, everybody's throwing at everybody, and it's getting out of hand.
Yeah.
2 bases for getting hit.
Mhm.
Who's going to put somebody on second and put them in a scoring position? Now, let's say the game's 10-1. It's the top of the 9th. Throw at them. So what? You get thrown out of the game. They put a guy on second. It doesn't make any difference. It's not going to change a thing. We're going to wrap the game up real soon. But for most of the time, you plunk him, he goes to second. And if a guy's on,
Here's why I have the argument. The pitcher should be allowed to have some kind of sticky because if it's 100 degrees outside, that pitcher has no grip on the ball, and you're
Well, that's
gonna
why they
get
let him.
plunked
That's why.
because it's so sweaty.
But they let him use. That's
But-
why they let him use the talc. They're allowed to use the talc.
Yeah.
And they
And
have
the
a talc
rosin
over
bag.
there that you can put all over your hands to make sure you can get a good grip.
Get rid of the whole
Maybe the-
analytics crap, the computers, the
Well,
analysis, blah blah. Just play the damn game.
I agree with that, and so
I mean-
so quit. But I agree also. But that is cheating for a lot. There's a lot of pitchers who can make the ball go very wonky.
Batters
by
are very
doing something to it.
Batters are very wise to how stuff is done. If you are seeing these same pitches, you bat 4, maybe 5 times a game, times 160. You know what they can do. I mean, it's not rocket science. A slider, a curve, a fastball, you know what's coming. You've done it all your life. You know what's coming.
Mm-hmm.
Then why is it illegal?
Because Manfred's a dick, and it's just
It's been
ridiculous.
illegal for
It's just
years,
ridiculous.
Bill. It's been illegal to do that for
It's
years.
just ridiculous.
You're
Now,
not allowed to doctor the
sign
ball.
stealing that the Houston Astros did, you should lose your title.
Absolutely.
Plain and simple.
Absolutely.
Your title
I mean,
should
I
be
still
stripped from
say-
you.
now what did they
You're doing
do?
sign stealing.
What did they do?
They used to have a drum.
Oh, that's right. They banged the
And
trash
when
can.
they
Yeah, yeah.
found out when they knew
And
what
they were doing it
what
from the outfield. They were
signs
able to
were,
figure out what
that
people were
too, and
doing.
the outfield would give the sign into the dugout, and the dugout would go dum da da dum. And
Their
then-
title should be stripped from them.
Yeah, I don't
for that
disagree
crap.
with it. I
So,
don't agree.
The Red Sox did the
You know,
same
one
thing.
One of my biggest. Here's the thing too, but I'll tell you. Okay, the guy who's banned for life, Mr. Pete Rose, He never bet against his team, and he never did, and he always bet for his team.
There's players who've done far worse than betting, and
Hell yeah. There's a
So
lot
it's
of guys who
ridiculous that he
totally
can't
gave
be
up.
reinstated. It's ridiculous.
His betting only was for the Reds to win. You know what I mean? And if they didn't win, he didn't win. So his whole
People have
he
done
wanted
far
his
worse.
team to win.
They've done far
You know.
worse.
And I'm telling you, that's the lamest reason. Just because he's betting on his team. Now, if he's betting against his team, yeah, then there's a question of whether or
Get
not
caught, get suspended for a year,
Yeah,
and then you're back.
yeah. So, but anyway, the other one is though. What drives me crazy is Lawrence Taylor. Lawrence Taylor, he had before he was inducted into the Hall of Fame. After he was retired, he started doing a drug rehab helper kind of thing with people who have issues with drugs. And he said in an interview, I was high on coke every game I played. And then he got elected into the Hall of Fame. Fuck. F that, dude. He admitted that he was high on coke every game he played.
Yeah.
And he got into the Hall of Fame. Dude, when you're on coke like that, you hit people so hard because you don't care how it feels.
Right.
And that's totally cheating. If that's not cheating, tell me what is. I mean, honestly, I would not be proud to be in the Hall of Fame if I know I cheated like that. If I know I cheated that much. Well, it didn't really affect me. It made me high. In fact, it made me a worse player. Bull crap. It cocaine, anybody that knows, and you can ask Billy Riley, not that he ever did cocaine, but you can ask him. It sharpens your view of things. It cleans you in so much to stuff. And so that's totally it's totally enhancing drug. I mean, my God. And that just to this day, I see him and I just go, what in the world? How did that happen? Because Mark Gastineau, he'll never make the Hall of Fame because they know he juiced.
Yeah.
Okay. And there's other people who, oh no, he's a juicer. He got caught using amphetamines. Look at Ricky Williams. Do you think he'll ever make it in the Hall of Fame? Because of his using marijuana? I mean, he was a great running back. He didn't do it for very long. But I don't know, man. That drives me nuts, that whole thing with Lawrence Taylor. And I like Lawrence Taylor. He seems like a nice kid, nice guy. And I thought he was a great guy when he was doing coke all the time. I mean, I just thought, oh, damn, it's Lawrence Taylor. I had no idea, of course. No one else did either, I would guess. But I'll bet you his teammates knew. And they're playing with him. And they knew he was snorting up every day.
Right.
Anyway, that stuff drives me crazy. But anyway, off my soapbox.
So, so I plan to be there
Monday. So you're going to
Monday.
run, if you can, you're going to run Monday's thing.
Yeah.
You know what, Diva, I
if
would
we're
like for you to
done
do?
by
if you would?
8:30. It all depends on if we're done. We should be done.
Diva, will you create a trivia show so that you have like in your back pocket in case Bill can't make it 1 week or something like? I'm going to do the same thing. Just have one created.
Yeah, I can work on that. I don't know if I can have one by this Monday.
No. Bill's got us
I can
Monday.
do something like that.
Yeah, okay. Let's both of us have that in our back pockets. And or Bill, if you have some that are made.
That's a stupid question to ask, dude. There's
how many do you have?
I've got easily 6 or 7 already created. So if you're not going to be on, then email it to me. Email me one, and I'll run it. Come up with your own trivia, bitch.
Okay, I will then. Damn it, getting lazy.
So this Olympics it'll be 3 rounds. First round is 1 point. Second round is 5 points, and then the final round is 10 points. And then I'm going to do a surprise trivia going back in time to a trivia we did. I'm not going to tell you the date that we did it, but I'm going to go back in time and
I can go look it up.
see how good your memory is. And then I have other trivias lined up. So, yeah, the second I'm good.
Now, see, there it is. I would never do that, Bill, because I could go back and look at the old ones, and find it, but then I'd feel like a crap hole if I'm sitting to get all the ones right.
You would never know what day I did it.
No, I'm saying, but it's let's
we've
just
done
say
this
I
for
went and looked
a
at
year and a
whole bunch.
half, so you would
Give
never
us a
know
little
what day I
sample.
did it.
Give us a little
No.
sample of one, no?
No,
Give us a sample
No,
of today's.
no.
I mean, of tomorrow, Mondays.
no.
I want to know an Olympic question.
Maybe you should go back to high school and learn some high school.
High school.
Okay.
High school
just
question you
saying.
can ask me. I don't have the answer to. What, Lee?
Yeah. So the second, the ninth, the
I couldn't
second,
beat
the
a fifth
ninth,
grader.
second, the 9th, and the 16th, I'm good. The 23rd, I got a board meeting. And then should be back for the 30th. So we should be good. I'll be back next Friday for the show. The following Friday, I'm going with Abby and some of her friends to the Fred Nats game. That's Friday the 13th, I think. Friday the 13th? Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
right.
So
That's the day our new president gets sworn in.
exactly. So it'll be a day to celebrate. So
What?
Trump on August.
yeah, all these people
Trump.
think he's gonna get reinstated. Yeah.
It says
Republicans are not going to freaking put him up there. No way.
Amy, you're muted.
I will tell you this, though. I can tell you this. And I
I didn't
think
hear
this
he was
is
coming
bad.
around.
I don't.
Yeah,
think
they're
this is-
talking about August 13th that he's
Well,
coming.
the Democrats are scared poopless, but yeah, no, I don't. I haven't heard that he's
He's got
running
nothing to
either.
be scared of.
But I don't disagree. So, but you know what? Biden has stayed alive a lot longer than I thought he was going to. Because when he was running, there was a couple times when I'm like, oh my God, dude, that guy's going to freaking Kamala's going to be president at some point. I mean, I don't still to this day, no way. I don't want that to happen, but good gosh, I mean, he's an old man. He was a little shaky at a couple points. I've seen him since, and I have confidence that he's in good shape now.
Trump has
When
flat
he's
out.
running, which of course is hard work.
Trump has flat out
Worn
dementia. So I'm convinced Trump has
Trump's
dementia.
just
So
an idiot. He has flat out idiotness.
he is dementia. So
This is fun, isn't it, Amy?
so
Watching walk around the edges
No,
of
it's
conversation. No,
Cracking me up.
Yeah,
I love politics.
it's 2 versus 2 here.
oh wow.
Oh,
All right. Well, the Cubs lost, so that takes
two
care of that
versus two.
idea.
Which
So-
way is everybody going here?
No one's. Some people keep their proclivities close to the chest.
Anyway,
Their proclivities. I'm sorry.
yeah. So I just want to come on and say hi. I'm gonna jump
Bounce.
off now. I'm gonna jump off now.
All right, Bill, I love you. Happy birthday, buddy.
Thank you
Happy
guys.
birthday, buddy.
Thank you guys.
I'll
I will.
send you that Maserati tomorrow. It should be in your driveway. All right.
Please do that.
All
Please
right,
do
man.
that. So, all right. I'll see you guys on Monday.
Peace.
See you.
Take care.
guys.
Peace.
All right, there he is.
All right.
Now it's 2-1.
Oh,
Except for she's probably mad at me now that I'm saying.
no, it's not mad. Nobody's going to be mad at you.
You know what? It's all about.
Ooh.
Hey, who's that? Is that Alex? Hi, Alex. I loved looking up your nostrils. That was nice. I appreciate it.
Let's see it again.
No, Fred, I don't want to look up.
No,
his
he's
He's
nostrils.
gone. He's gone.
Oh,
It's a good
he's
thing.
gone. Yeah.
Now, Amy,
I didn't
over,
look hard, and I'm gonna have to go back and look and make sure he's got hairy nostrils.
over your right shoulder.
You know what
Amy,
I'm talking about?
Is that a leprechaun? There's a
the
sticker.
Over your
Over
right
your right-
shoulder.
Your right shoulder. So turn towards your right
Turn,
shoulder. Right
yeah,
there, right there. Is that
right
a
there.
sticker?
That.
A
What's
Oh,
that?
this
leprechaun?
thing?
What is that thing?
Oh.
That's a sticker of my misheard lyric. Actually, it's just a drawing I did.
Wait a minute.
Feel the beat from the tangerine instead of feel the beat from the tambourine. The misheard lyric stuff. I had to draw this for something, so
No, that's
I decided to keep it.
Will you write one for me? Men at Work. Who can it be now? Isn't that Men at Work? Who does Who Can It Be Now? Who can it be now?
I don't know. Now that you said it, every
We
time
used to think it was Coke and a pizza.
you used to think it was what?
Coke and a pizza.
Coke and a pizza?
Yeah, so write that one down and draw me a picture of that Coke and a pizza.
That's a good one, Lee.
Coke and a pizza.
Pizza.
Do you do caricatures? Do you not do caricatures, Amy?
Sometimes.
You got to do one of each of us.
That'd be funny to do caricatures of everybody.
Yeah, we could put that on. We could put that on the crew, like this behind us right now, instead of the actual pictures. We could put all of our caricatures done by Amy.
Oh my goodness, that would be a riot.
Wouldn't it? It would be awesome. I would love it. And you know what I was searching for today, big time? I was searching. Hold on, let me do something so I can show you guys. All right, that's background.
How much do you think that aquarium weighs?
Overlay.
20 pounds?
There it is. Oh, really? Are you serious? I'm serious. Okay, so this picture right here, see, we can. You don't know how hard I worked because I had to get this new picture of Pauline in because she didn't like her other picture. We can do caricatures of. We don't have to do Cheryl and Joey if we don't want.
And what's funny there is Pauline and I are a very short walk away from each other.
That is funny.
Yeah,
that is very funny.
Yeah.
See, so when you get a picture like this of her, I would have thought that she was on the whatever the hell it's called. What is it in Paris? What is it called?
Eiffel Tower.
There you go. I always thought that this is like a picture from the Eiffel Tower. Like it looks like if I saw this picture and they said she was in New York, I would think it was from the Empire State Building because it looks like it's from some high place that they don't want you jumping off of.
Yes, it does.
The cathedral is up on this high hill.
Yeah,
and I'm near the Moulin Rouge and that area, maybe halfway down the hill in that picture.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love Billy's picture. That's my favorite picture.
Let me see where Billy's is. Where's Billy? Oh,
Yeah.
What is he doing?
He's just hiding behind a Christmas tree, looking out from behind bush. He does that. There's a whole bunch of pictures he has, like in the bushes, looking around through trees and bushes and things like that. It's just funny.
You know, our friend Tony had an interesting observation for me a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
I told him how I went with Bill to a game and I got a ground ball that went to the fence. I leaned over the fence and I was able, without going on the field, to snag it. And I was telling him about the player who hit it. And he said, well, who pitched it? I said, I don't know. He says, well, isn't that more important? And then you think about it. The guy pitched it. I mean, he worked it. He thought about it. He talked to the catcher back and forth, planned what he was going to do, and threw it. The batter only got a little piece of it, and it went foul. So it's more of a moment of that ball in the pitcher than it is that ball in that hitter, because the hitter had a fraction of a second. And
So now, why did that come up in your mind? What was that related to?
Ooh.
What made you think of that?
I don't know. I was thinking of Tony.
Because Tony's watching right now. I'm sure he is. There's been somebody who's been watching the whole entire time, and I think it's Tony.
Oh, really?
It might be Alaji. I don't know. Whoever's
Tony,
watching right now, comment so we can know who's been watching.
Tony, you're brilliant. No, but I was thinking about that. We always say, oh, I caught a foul ball hit by Joe Blow. And it's nice. But the real artist, the real human with that ball was the pitcher.
Mm-hmm.
Walked around the mound with it, wiped it, did something with the thing, looked at the batter, looked at the catcher, nodded,
Set his fingers the right certain way on the ball.
Right. Did the whole thing, the wind up the pitch, the whole thing, the release, how he was going to do it, where he was going to do it. All the batter did is just nick it.
Yeah.
That's
true. We got a bunch of extra watchers today. All of a sudden, please comment, everybody, so we know who you are, or like the program. I would love that too.
I hope it is Tony. He'll hear how nicely I spoke of him.
It's 10 o'clock, everybody. What are you climbing in to see if we're going to be going off and not?
I go for a good piece of cake.
Done.
I wish I had a piece of cake.
Do you?
I do. I go for a piece of cake. I get in the car now and drive out somewhere. I live right near an IHOP.
How close are you to the Amphora?
That closed down, burnt down.
It did.
Isn't there still one out in like the
out in
western
Loudon.
area?
I don't know.
I don't know, but I will certainly check.
Vienna burnt down.
Yeah, the original one is gone. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I will check that because that's like Greek soul food.
I've never been. I know. If I want Greek food, I go to Angie's in Twin Brook. That's my Greek food stop.
Oh,
That's-
absolutely.
If I want Greek food, I go to Angie's.
Oh, there's an Amphora Diner and Herndon now.
Yeah. I understand they have the bakery stuff out there.
Like they did in the other one.
The
The
Amphora
other
bakery.
one had bakery stuff.
You know who has good bakery? Is this guy? His name is Dennis Stanley. He's a chef.
Oh
He's
my
a
God, you
chef.
should see
Oh,
the
yeah?
bakery.
You've seen his bakery? Oh no, you're looking at Amphora's.
Oh my
I've
God.
driven from Pennsylvania to the Amphora just for chocolate cake. Galen did it once.
Oh my.
In fact, I think I might go down there for my birthday.
All right, drive down here and we'll go out for chocolate cake, the whole gang.
Absolutely, absolutely. That'd be
On
awesome.
the 16th.
You know what? Why don't we plan that?
You know
See if-
what? I took that day off.
You know what? Listen, why don't we do that? Why don't we have me, you, Bill, Fred, Walter can come up from North Carolina.
Can Billy go out? Can Billy go?
Probably, yeah. And so we can all meet together and go to the Amphora Bakery.
That'd be a blast.
Because in Germany, what are they called? Anyone? Konditorei. The Konditorei in Germany was like the pastry shop, the little shop that you came in, got your pastry, went and sat down with your cup of coffee, sat in the, and now the Konditoreis there are like Wi-Fi and all that kind of crap. They're kind of like coffee shops. That's what they are. They're like coffee shops, except Konditoreis had a big, kind of like Panera, a big open with sweets and everything else that comes with it, that you could go in and sit down. In fact, the Heidelberg Bakery in Arlington, if you've ever been there, have you been there before, Fred?
I thought it was. Isn't it one of a Heidelberg in the district, like around 13?
I don't know if there is. There's a Heidelberg Bakery in Arlington.
Oh, I don't know.
It was pretty big place, and they made cakes, they made everything, but they also had seating area, and they had all kinds of eclairs and pastries, and I don't know what different pastries are called, but they had all these pastries and stuff like that. Also, the Swiss
Baker in
Bakery in Ravensworth. That's exactly
Ravensworth.
what a konditorei is. That is exactly what a konditorei is. A konditorei has all kinds of other stuff, but
it's mainly pastry and coffee.
Mostly they have the pastries and all the different kinds of pastries and
coffee.
not donuts per se, but and they have different kinds of coffee that you can order and get. Don't worry about those dogs. So what were you going to say, Diva? Because you wouldn't have taken off the mute if you weren't going to say something. Dogs are barking still. That's probably the biggest part about having all those kids coming into your house, right? Oh, so that's the question. You can get rid of the kids or the dogs?
Both.
I think you just ought to pack up and go down to Utila and then off Honduras. Just go. Bye. Bye, everybody.
I'm gonna relocate.
Relocate and don't leave a forwarding address. Except with me.
Nope. I just double checked my cat.
Empty your bank account and the cash.
Oh my God, I'd love to live in Utila. Get one of those properties that can only be reached by boat.
Nice.
Oh.
We were one of the British Virgin Islands. It's called the Soggy Dollar Bar because you have to jump off the boat and swim to it. There's no dock. There's no other way to get there. So the money's all wet.
Nice.
It was beautiful. So all the boats pull up, and we took a boat from U.S. Virgin Islands to British Virgin Islands. My brother-in-law chartered a boat, and the guy dropped us off and said, "Okay, I'll be right here." Everybody jump out, and you jump out, and you have to swim. You're above your head, so you can't hit the bottom there. And you swim, and you drink, and you do whatever you do in a bar. It's an outdoor bar. And then when you're ready to come back, you swim yourself back. You get on the boat. And
what if you had like a little boat? Could you ride that up to next to the bar?
Probably, yeah. It's just because it's like no real rules. You just we're here if you want to drink.
So if you had a skiff on the back of your yacht, you said you could have ridden that over there probably.
Yeah. Oh,
gotcha. And or guess what? If you're in Utila, they have all these taxis, these boat taxis driving around all the time. And all you have to do is go, you know what? And the boat will pull over and you get in and they'll take you wherever you want to go for like $5.
There you go.
Yeah. They'll take you around to another island. They'll take you to the whatever, but $5. There you go. Have a nice day.
We went by Necker Island, which is what Sir Richard Branson owns, that he had all
Oh yeah.
Some fancy schmancy. We couldn't. I mean, we went right by the island, but you don't see anything because it's all wooded on that side.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I would have driven around it just to see if you could see anything. But they
Yeah.
might have woods all around the whole thing, so you can't see the interior
Could
of
be.
the
Yeah.
island.
Yeah.
That's truthfully, that's the very dream of that I would have. I mean, I would love to be in a place. I still would love to have a house that, even if it's off a main highway or something like that, it would be at least a mile off the highway. But if the entrance is off the highway, you turn in and then make a left and then go straight, because you wouldn't be able to see my property at all from the road.
That's right.
Period. And then have one of those nice long drives down to the grass everywhere. I'd take out all the trees, have a big lawn that I could get on my big tractor and mow every once a week. God,
Nice.
it'd be so much fun.
There you
Not
go.
even a big house. Doesn't have to be a big house. I don't need it to be a big house. I just like to have it on that kind of property, so I could just have what I want. Have a big old chicken coop in the back. That'd be fun,
That would be cool.
wouldn't it? Let's make it happen, Amy.
All right, in my spare time. You go first.
No, because if I went and you didn't jump on board, I'd be mad. That's why the only reason I would build it.
Well, I found a drivable RV, not RV. What do you call those things? Yeah, RV, for $15,000. You said you want to go on a road trip. There you go.
I'm ready.
I thought that was a pretty good deal.
What kind? Was it C or A?
How do I know the difference?
The A is usually like the Winnebago bus kind of plate thing, and the C is like got a regular like Ford cab, and then it's got a trailer attached. I mean, not a trailer, but the whole
I want
RV part
to
is
say
attached
like
to it.
C.
Yeah, so it's got like a truck front, but then it's got
Yeah, and then it's got the piece that goes over the truck cab, and
Mhm.
got a bed and a bathroom and a
Yeah.
kitchen, and
That's a Class C. Yeah,
okay.
that's awesome. You ought to get it.
Yeah, I don't know where I'd put it.
Oh, you get neighborhood wouldn't let you park it next to your garage or something.
We're not supposed to park that stuff in our neighborhood. We've got
And
one of
when you drive
those.
around your neighborhood, how many people have stuff like that?
We've got the Gestapo HOA type thing. So
Well, guess what? I used to be the HOA president, so I know all the legal ways to get around doing shit.
oh Lord.
Because we had people doing it to us. That's what I'm saying. I just knew. I learned it from our property manager and stuff, because she said, "Yeah, we can't do anything." It's like, oh,
We swore we would never live in a neighborhood again with the
HOA.
HOA, and
What is your HOA though? It's very cheap, isn't it? You pay quarterly,
it's like
do you have a
$200 a year.
or do you have,
Oh,
We get
that's-
nothing.
you have a pool?
No, we get nothing.
And you have how much a year
200
for what?
people to go around and do stupid things like Easter egg hunts.
Oh, okay. Well, as long as they're doing events in your neighborhood and crap like that, I guess that makes sense.
Well, so they only do it at the one end of the neighborhood where all the ladies are like stay-at-home moms, and they just sit around like a bunch of Karens that gossip. So
Ours was like ours was a townhouse community with about, how many do we have? 160 townhomes, maybe, if we had that many. And we pay our dues were like $36 a quarter, because we didn't have nothing else. And we had a whole we had a huge freaking bank account that could handle stuff. I mean, all we had was a tennis court. We did have one little half court basketball court. And some people, these guys were begging us to put in a full court, and hell no. You know how many people come driving from outside your neighborhood to play on the full court and stuff? It's ridiculous. It's just not. It brings your property values down, all that kind of crap. Because those guys don't do nothing but sit out there until the wee hours of the night, cussing at each other, being jerks, not family friendly at all. Period. And it was in Hoodbridge. So what do you want to do? But yeah, no, we didn't have very much. We had a nice playground, which at one point got very tagged up, big bag time. We had to pay pretty good money to have the tags removed and stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah, somebody went in there and they drew a bunch of penises and all kinds of stuff on the thing. And they started a fire underneath. They were like kind of powwowing underneath one of the playground pieces of equipment with the slides and everything. and they'd started a
Mhm.
fire, and it melted some of the playground. And
Oh,
Dude.
jeez.
and it was at like 2 a.m, so no one. I mean, people woke up and saw that what happened. No one said, "Oh, I saw him and I called the cops" or something. No one called the cops because no one knew something was going on because it was like 2 a.m. So, yeah, it was not good.
It's sad.
We called the cops the next morning, of course, and I was like, "That freaking sucks." Why would you do that?
I don't get the whole destructive thing. I can
I don't
understand
think
just
they meant to be destructive. Truthfully, yes,
Yeah.
the tagging was meant to be destructive, but the fire, I don't believe they wanted to burn anything, but maybe they did. I don't know. I think they
Yeah.
just put the fire like an idiot next, just like people who put their grills next to their siding.
Oh
You
my
ever seen
God,
that?
I've seen people do that.
Yeah,
And it all
and the
melts and
siding
wrinkles
melts.
and
Fred's
that's an
not chiming in. He probably
unrecoverable
did that one.
disaster.
Actually, Fred's house, your house in Springfield was like wood slat siding, right? Or did you have aluminum siding or plastic siding?
Part of it was brick, and part of it was originally aluminum siding, but then we replaced it with vinyl
Plastic
siding.
stuff. Vinyl, whatever. They don't like to say that plastic, but that's exactly what it is. It's plastic siding. But now they make everything in plastic. I saw they had one of these electric bicycles. It was the first ever. These bicycles are made by the machines. What's the machine, Fred?
The 3D printer?
3D printer. It was a nice looking bike, man. It was all created. Now, people think that somebody created the bike. No, all the pieces were created and they put it together.
Yeah.
People are idiots. They go, that was made with a 3D. How did they do the tires? How
our
did they do the
library-
wheels to go? And how did they make that happen?
Our library has a 3D printer, and you give them the code. Apparently, there's a code. You don't just say, "I want a picture, a picture of Lee," and say, "Make a statue out of this." No, there's codes next to these things, and you give them the code, and you buy the materials, which are cheap. $1 or something for the plastic and the metal.
Yeah.
And they make it for you, and they call you back like the next day. It might take all day to make, or a few hours. They call you and say your thing's ready. And Lee, we have a full audio studio, free to use.
What?
It's cool.
Well, then you go in there and do my radio show with me from your location.
Let's go.
I don't know.
Let's go. I'll sign it. I'll sign out the studio, and then you can do the show from there. You can record stuff. And now you've got nice equipment. You can record nicely where you are too. But if you want to come out, Billy Boy is down the street. Billy and I can each get there in 5 minutes.
No, but I mean, you guys could go there, and then we hook up together.
Yes.
Sync each other up, and we can all be like we're in the same studio, and we're all talking. That happens a lot, actually. If you listen to Bobby Bones, half the time, one or two of his people are at their homes.
Oh, somebody made a mistake.
Like they're all in the same room. What?
There was somebody who was calling a baseball game made a mistake. They were showing an earlier situation as a replay, but they didn't go to the game. They were watching from home or something like that, or from a local studio. They stayed local. They didn't travel because of COVID. And the guy said, "Oh, Lee Bailey, Cranks went into left field." Oh. And the guys had to say, "That's the replay from last night when he won the game."
Oh no!
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, like for instance, my friend Christy Cornwell. Neither one of you know. She was a friend of mine. She went to Woodson, I think. Or maybe Lake Brad. I can't remember. She didn't go to Robinson, though. I know that. But she and I were good friends when we were kids. And now she is the director of umpires for the NCAA Eastern something or other.
Wow.
All the softball that gets done. She books the umpires. Yeah. And she used to be the umpire. I mean, she used to be one of the top umpires in the NCAA. In fact, she was behind the plate in maybe Clemson's World Series win or something, College World Series win. There's a nice picture of her.
Wow.
Pulling it out right on the last out of the game and that kind of stuff. And anyway, she's awesome. But she was doing for this year's College World Series. She was working for NBC from her house, and she took a selfie with all her equipment and everything. And they come into the house, NBC, and set her all up with 3 screens, so she has a live shot what they call a stagnant shot of the field on one screen, so that kind of thing won't happen, Fred. When she's seeing something on here, there ain't nothing happening on the field, so she wouldn't say, "Oh, hey, look, a home run," and then they look over the field. Oh, never mind, there's no home run.
Well, we watched the Tour de France, and it's a 3-week event. And and I didn't know this before. This year, they showed the 3 announcers. It's sort of like, one guy does the what's happening, and then the play-by-play.
They show them
one
in
guy
different
does
places.
They were all in the British guy was in England, the American guy was in California, and the French guy was the Belgian guy. There was a Belgian guy. And they did one of those where they show them, and they show, because as they're talking, they said, yeah, folks probably don't realize this. We're in different time zones. We're in different places, and they were just doing their show like we're doing this.
Yeah, exactly.
Just picture everybody 5,000 miles away.
Yeah, all we have to do, we could be doing the same thing. We just have to we all watching the same TV thing that shows, and it just has to be synced, so we're all watching the same exact thing.
Yep.
Not we're watching the NBC, because the NBC you're watching, there may be a 6-7 second difference. Even in your own house. I mean, I put the HD on. I put the HD on, and then I'll go back in my mom and my room, my wife and I's room, and I'll turn on the same exact game, and there's a 3-second delay.
We have a delay with one of the TVs here, and and I was texting to someone or something, and they said, so and so just tied it up. And I'm waiting. Well, boom,
Yeah, exactly. That's happened to me also.
Yeah. Oh, it was a guy in my neighborhood.
Oh my God, he scored! And they're like, "What?"
A guy in my neighborhood was texting with me.
Yeah, Tora's done that to me before. Tora's done that. Tora has emailed me a messenger about some guy hitting a home run or scoring a goal, and I'm watching the game, and I'm like, "What? He scored there it is." I'm like, Tora, stop texting me crap. Damn it. It says, come on, Tora. You got me. I wanted to see that score happen without you interrupting my vision and my focus on the game.
When Billy and I
soccer, man, I get into soccer, dude. I get thrown in on soccer big time.
When the Caps were in the Stanley Cup,
yeah,
Billy and I were outside with the thousands of people outside.
Yeah.
And they had a screen over here and a screen over here.
Were they different?
There was quite a delay. One showed what the program is showing inside the arena. So whatever ads are going on, or whatever news is going on the scoreboard, or whatever close-ups of the players, that's what one saw. The other one was television. It was the game and TV commercials. So I was closer to the one that was slower. We were closer to the one. So it was easier for us just to watch here. But, they would cheer.
Cheering behind you. Yeah.
So then I realized late in the game when it was a must win and the minutes ticking down, I said, I want to watch what the real game is.
Right. And the other thing is too, you watch different things, and now we have all these different platforms. If you're watching on NBC, okay, just like from the cable box.
Yeah.
As opposed to watching on YouTube TV, it's also live. There's a 5-second delay between streaming and real life video.
Yeah.
And that'll drive me crazy, dude. Are you kidding me?
Oh yeah.
I'm trying to watch in one place and I can hear the commentary in the other room, and it's not together. It's like, ugh.
We have a TV on the TV here and a TV on the other side of that.
Okay.
In the bedroom, right?
Right.
And I could hear sometimes Kathy will say something. What? And we'll be talking about lazy, watching the same thing. I'll listen to what she's doing. Oh, that sounds good. I don't feel like getting up and going in there. I'll stay here on the sofa
and watch that.
Watch the same thing, and she's like 5 seconds ahead of me.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy? That's just really goofy, man.
Those two TVs are a 2x4 apart. They're this far apart.
Right. I mean, I'm waiting for what they have in all the TV, all the movies and stuff, where I can go like this. I have my phone, and I can go, watch whatever, bing, and it goes, makes a screen in the air that I can watch something. I can even put this down, and it'll still be up there.
So
that I can
if you're watching TV
so I don't
like
have
this,
to have a monitor. I don't have to have nothing.
Right. If you're watching TV like this, it can be right here instead of straight here.
Right, you can put it with like a little thing. You can move it around where the phone is. You can move it around to put where you want it, and then you go, oh, there it is. Or you can even reach out. You know how they do that with those big boards, and they move stuff over and stuff. That'd be awesome. You just put it up, and then you just go, okay, just move that over this way, or let me make that bigger.
Our outdoor pool has our community outdoor pool has a sun screen, a TV.
Yeah.
It's called Sun something. So the sun, you can sit outside in the middle of the day and watch it. You can be in the pool and watch the TV.
At your pool?
Yeah.
How many people use that pool?
10.
Really? I think I'd be safe in that pool. I should come
The
out
indoor
there.
pool. The indoor pool has maybe 2 or 3 people or none. I was in there the other day. I was alone. The lifeguard just walked over and watched. Outdoor, yeah. 10. Now
Talk about a gig. Doing
Jesus.
a hotel or doing whatever as a lifeguard.
Liz did that. Yeah.
That is
So
a gig for sure.
we got to get you to come by and play bocce sometime.
I'm telling you, I want to do that.
I play Tuesday and Thursday nights. Big competition over at the old folks home.
Oh, what if I could pretend to be old too?
There you go.
Everyone thinks I am with my white beard.
You
I
only
just
have to
look
be
a little
50,
bit more like this.
you only have to
Hey,
be
how are
55.
you, Fredo? Hey, baby, how you doing, Fredo?
You need 1 resident per dwelling unit to be over 55 or 55 or older. That's
Oh, I
all.
am older. I'm 55.
There you go. You move in.
So
We got
I
indoor
I'm
golf.
just gonna come play bocce ball. You got what? Indoor health?
Golf.
Oh, golf. Oh,
So
they
you-
have the screen.
You
mean?
queue up which course you want to play. Yeah.
That's awesome.
We can go play
No, I
pool.
want to come out and play bocce ball and use my old man voice. Get myself a nice hat, put it on my head.
Come on.
Fredo, how you
Be
doing,
some-
everybody?
no.
How's everything in Providence?
Be something different each time. So as you introduce, I'm Seamus this time.
Hi. How y'all doing? Hey, Fred. Fred,
Where we
how
roll
are
that
you?
ball
We
at?
playing today?
Where we roll that ball? And then
Oh, Lord.
Seamus can come and play.
Boy, there's no doubt about that. Yeah, Shanice can come play for sure. I can come out there and bring me some. I'll bring my Guinness with me and share it with everyone.
There you go.
Guys,
Yeah,
you're
no
killing
doubt
me.
about
Oh
that.
my gosh.
What?
You're killing me. Oh my gosh.
Wouldn't that be
Or-
great to just
or,
go in somewhere?
You know what else I could do? Come as Putin's general. I'm getting my vacation today, and I'm coming out to play with my friend Fred. And people don't know this, but Fred is part of our KGB network. No question whatsoever.
And what my undercover name is?
I forgot.
My Russian undercover name.
Oh, that's right.
Ivan Jakanov.
Ivan Jack. Ivan, how are you? Oh, sorry, Fred. Oh, that's what I do around your friends. I'll say, oh, Ivan, you are such a. Oh, Fred, I'm sorry. Fred, you're a wonderful man. You know, it's a wonderful, good thing here, Fred.
Good to see you.
Then you probably got, and then honest to God, you probably got some guy that's with you in the group that's CIA going.
Uh-oh.
"Let me
That's
call
Ivan
someone."
Jakanov. We've been looking for him for years.
We found Ivan Jakanov.
Tell the boss.
So
Tell
bad.
the boss. It's time to thaw it out. It's time to thaw out J. Edgar Hoover. Time to thaw him out. Get him back in charge.
There you go.
We found Ivan Jakanov. Have I
Stop
Jakanov?
making me laugh. Oh my goodness.
Ivana Jakov. That's his wife.
Oh, is
Ivana
that the woman?
Jakanov.
That's the woman's name, right?
That's what I'm
Ivana.
saying. Yeah, it's
Ivana.
Ivan Jakanov and Ivana Jakanov.
Oh my
Ivana Jack
God.
Ivanov.
I did work with someone whose last name was Jerkinoff. And we just
Oh my
call him Jerk. I mean, what else, right? Not that he was a jerk; he was a nice guy, but
You know what you could call him?
we get jerked. Oh, they must have been unmerciful in school.
You know what? I used to have a friend back in the day. His name was Ivan Jakanov. And we used to see him and go, "Hey, Ivan," all day long, baby.
Oh my Lord.
Oh my God! What are we
You're
gonna
We
do?
used to-
What are we gonna do with this guy?
I thought this was a family show.
What are y'all talking about? I'm just spitting. That's what they do. That's how they.
Oh, you are
Lee's on the roll tonight.
You are bad.
Dude, it's after 10 o'clock. We can do whatever we want after 10 o'clock.
Oh my
If
God.
you're still watching at 10 o'clock, then I'm sorry. We've gone over to the mature rated programming
There you
here
go.
on More Joy.
That's right. So this is not going to be played during the day.
Yeah, we ain't replaying this show.
Oh,
Oh, my God. When he used to do that, Fred.
you are so bad.
But this guy used to do this on DC radio.
Oh yeah.
He's one of the most popular DC radio jocks ever. And he used to go, everybody knew what the hell that meant. And he used to say, "Wobble-a-gee, ooh, little gobble-a-gee." I mean, I told
Nobody
you
said a
guys, my
word.
dentist had freaking wedges in my mouth, and he's working on putting a cavity thing, and he's talking to his hygienist, and he's talking about her new boy, her new husband. So how's Ben? You give him a little gobble-a-gee? And she's like, "Oh, stop it, yeah." Turning bright red and getting all, Fred just jumped out. Yeah, doing all that. And when I was done, I took out the thing. Oh, you listen to the Grease Man? He's like, he understood everything we were just talking about.
We all listened to the Grease Man back then.
Yes, we did there, buddy. Yeah.
That's what
Little
everybody
Tuna Fish
listened to.
sandwich.
That was the thing.
It was, man. He was awesome. What'd you
He
do?
was edgy.
I don't even think I touched the thing. I just boom.
He was edgy. He was very edgy.
Yeah.
And then you'd have that zipper coming down, that big zipper noise he had. Oh, that was awesome. Especially when he did the thing when he was dentist. And his hands have been blessed by God. And he's in there, and one day
Uh-oh.
in came, yep, you know who this is, Jane Fonda. He was in Beverly Hills, is where he used to have the dental office. Jane Fonda came in one day, said, "I'd like to have my teeth cleaned, except for I'm just so sensitive. I'd like to be put under for my teeth cleaning." Like, all right, whatever you want there, Miss Fonda. We'll do that. After we got her put down, I looked at the hygienist and I said, leave us alone for a couple minutes. And she's like, "Oh, Dr. Chris Manelli, I'm not supposed to leave you alone with a female patient." I said, "Don't worry, I got it handled. We got it taken care of. You go ahead and take a little break out here, and I'll be right out."
I'm getting
I
small.
closed the door and locked it behind my receptionist, my whatever hygienist, and I turned around, and there she lay, mouth agape. And then you hear this big zipper sound. He said, "This is for all the Vietnam veterans." Yeah. And then later on, you're sitting in the doctor's lounge, and Miss Fonda stops by, and this is honest to God, I heard him do this on the radio, Diva. Jane Fonda walks by and looks in and goes, "Oh, Dr. Grace Manelli." He's like, "Ah, yes, Miss Fonda, how are you?" She looks at me and she says, "So how are my teeth?" "Well, Miss Fonda, I'd have to say, honestly, one of the finest set of teeth I've ever come across." Yeah! I almost fell out of my chair when he did that. I went on the floor. Because he went right into a song. He says, "The finest set of teeth I've ever come across." And they into a song. Some rock song or something. You remember that one, Fred?
What's that?
Oh Lord.
And so his hygienist leaves the room. She says, "Oh, I can't leave the room." And he said, as I locked the door behind her, I turned around and there she lay, mouth agape. I walked up, and then he played the zipper sound effect. And he says, "This is for all the Vietnam veterans." And then he immediately changes over and says, "I was sitting in the lounge afterwards, and Miss Fonda stopped by and poked her head in and said, 'Oh, Dr. Grace Manelli, yes. By the way, I wanted to ask you, how did my teeth look?' I looked at her and I said, 'You know, Miss Fonda, I have to say honestly, this is one of the best set of teeth I've ever come across.'" That doesn't make you laugh, Fred. He did that. I was listening to him do that on the radio. Almost fell out of my office chair when he said it. I was so, oh my God, too damn funny. I was howling.
You're in trouble.
Oh my God. Well, my dad's not a big Jane Fonda fan either, pal, because he was in Vietnam, and those guys don't like her at all. She was
She
all
kinda did it
over
to
the.
herself.
Yeah, absolutely. She did it to herself, moron. What the hell she was thinking? I don't know. And then at one point she had something to say about, I was just trying to, end the war. Well, that's not how you do it. Thanks. Have a nice day. Especially when you say that our warriors, our people, whatever. Don't start. I'm not going to. We're going to be done with that. Sorry. But yeah, no. I mean, I've also heard. What's the difference between Fred? What's the difference between a squirrel getting hit by a car and Jane Fonda getting hit by a car? There's skid marks before the squirrel.
I've heard that one about lawyers.
Yeah, right. I've heard that one about several different.
What is it?
Wait, what is the difference between a lawyer getting hit by a car and a squirrel getting hit by a car? There's brake marks before the squirrel. There's skid marks. You're trying to avoid hitting the squirrel. You didn't know, ain't no avoiding hitting a lawyer. Over the top and gone. My dad he used to live in Texas, and they had all these Aggie jokes. Have you ever heard all these Aggie jokes before, Fred?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Like for instance, the other night I was driving through town and I saw this car going run, 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 run. There's an Aggie trying to go through a blinking red light. Oh my God. Oh, how many Aggies does it take to eat an armadillo? 2. One to eat the armadillo and one to watch for cars.
Stop.
That's an excellent one.
Yeah, you can do the squirrels. How many West Virginians it take to eat a squirrel? That's you can do those with West Virginia jokes. Used to be. Remember, they were Polish jokes.
Yeah, but you can't do that.
Yeah. Oh no, you can't do that kind of stuff now.
In Canada,
Well, you can, but
right.
in
And people,
Canada,
people go, "What's a Polak?" They don't know what a Polak is. Anyway, go
in
ahead.
Canada, they tell Newfie jokes for people from Newfoundland.
Yeah, I bet. Well, they also take American jokes too, probably. How many Americans does it take to screw in a light bulb? 101. 1 to hold the light bulb and 100 to turn their house around.
There you go.
Actually, it was more like 10. You get 1 to hold it and 9 guys to move the ladder around. I can just picture that, though. You know what I mean? I want to do a TikTok with that happening. Just say it and then show like 9 guys spinning the guy around as he's holding the light bulb. I think that'd be a great TikTok.
What's the difference between a hurricane and a West Virginia divorce?
I don't know.
When it's all over, somebody's losing a trailer.
That's what's the same about. Yeah. How about this one? There's a guy. This is one of my favorite all-time jokes. This guy is he and his wife, they live in West Virginia, and they've got 7 kids. And his wife says, "Hey, honey, how about?" She goes, "No, not until you get a vasectomy." And he's like, "Oh, what?" And she says, "We ain't getting no more kids. And I am not getting my tubes tied. You're going to go get the vasectomy. This is a women's rights issue." And he's like, "All right, fine." So he goes to his doctor and he says, "Well, doc, I want to get, He says, "Well, you need to go see a urologist." So he goes to the urologist and he says, "I want to get a vasectomy." He goes, "It's no big deal. You just a little small incision right about your waist. We go in, put a couple clamps, you're straight." Oh, shit. I just messed up the whole joke. No, the guy says, the urologist says to him from West Virginia, says, "Oh, that's easy, man. You just get yourself a coffee can, get yourself an M80, and count to 10. And when you count to take the M80, put it in the coffee can, hold it over your junk, and count to 10. Right? He's like, "What?" So he goes home, tells his wife what the guy said, and his wife's like, "What?" He said, "I'm going to a different doctor." So he goes to a different urologist in West Virginia. He tells him, "I want to look at a vasectomy." He goes, "Oh, that's just easy, man. You just get yourself a coffee can, an M80, drop it in here, light it, drop it in there, and put it on your junk. Count to 10. It's like, he tells his wife, he says, "Listen, honey, I'm going to Virginia. I'll talk to a doctor in Virginia. These guys are idiots up here in West Virginia. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life." She goes, "That's probably right. You're probably smart to do that." And he said, "Okay." So he goes down to Virginia. And he goes into the urologist's office and he says, "I want to get a vasectomy." He goes, "It's an easy procedure. We make a small little incision on your belt line. We go in, we clamp off your tubes, whatever. and you're straight. You got a vasectomy. Really? He said, yeah. That sounds so much better than what my doctor told me in West Virginia. He goes, whoa, you're from West Virginia? He said, yeah. He goes, oh, then it's easy. Coffee can, M80. Oh, no, you drink out of 10. I remember hearing that joke. That joke is so funny. I can't wait till someone tell me about getting their vasectomy. I'm gonna say, where do you live? It's different everywhere. And that's probably what the Canadians do with the Newfies.
Yep.
Well, you know, this guy living up in Newfoundland. Yep, he was. There was. Yeah, there. I don't know even what that was.
We met a couple of Newfies on the Eiffel Tower, and we asked them to take a picture, and it's the worst picture we've ever seen. It was like, you know, freaking Newfies. Like, that's a Newfie photo. That's exactly what you'd get.
Oh my God. I was reading all these texting the wrong number texts on Facebook earlier today.
Ooh.
Oh my God, they're so funny.
Well, they must
Holy
be.
crap. And that's me. If someone texts me and says, hey babe, I'm like, hey. Like, you want to get together and have some fun? Sure. No problem. And then finally at the end, he goes, well, you're going to have to give me your address because I have no idea because this is a wrong text. You go through the whole thing, all this sexting, going through the whole sexting thing. And at the end, you go, by the way, where do you live? You know where I live. No, I don't, because I'm not who you're talking. I'm not Mike. Anyway, I think that would be funny. I'd love to do a text like that. That's cool.
Yeah.
Either that, because we already started the show off talking about people calling your house, but it's all electronic now. It's all speech-alo. It's all these electronic things, so you can't, because the first thing I do, and I pick it up, if I pick it up because I'm not sure, and I hear him starting, hi, Lee, this is Stacy. And I'll go, Stacy, and she keeps talking, I hang up. Boom. Oh,
Yep.
Stacy, I'm in tomorrow afternoon. Goodbye.
Yep.
And usually I just get rid. And now I love on the phone. You guys notice this on the phone? Scam likely.
Yes.
So I guess they're allowed to call you now, but they have to announce that they are likely a scam.
Yes. We had a
And of course, I immediately, the thing is, on my phone, that's my boy Ben, by the way, everybody. Actually, it's one of those picture things where you paint, where it makes a picture, a cartoon character or whatever. But it's a nice one. Anyway, so it says it's ringing, right? And it has just the answer button. But on my phone, it's ringing also, and there's a little hang up button. So I just hang up. It says scam likely or whatever. Because it won't let you hang up on it if it says come on here on the phone.
Oh.
So I just hit hang up right there, because normally you can just answer then hang up. But
Yeah.
you know what? They record that you answered. That means live caller.
Yep.
And they'll keep calling you back.
Yep. We had a deputy sheriff here this week doing a presentation on personal security and all that type of stuff.
Sweet. I would have loved to come to that. That's cool.
Yeah, I like those. I really like. I go to all those because there's always I know 90% of it, but there's always a tip. You go, ooh, that's a good one.
What do you pay monthly for your dues? Do you pay a monthly fee?
A couple hundred.
Yeah, but that sounds cool. They have all kinds of neat stuff for you guys.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
And
so what do you say?
he said the law just passed, federal law just passed about announcing that it's spam, that if they don't meet certain qualifications, then they have to put that spam. That's why we've been getting
likely or whatever. Yeah.
What did I get? I got a really good tip from him, and I forgot. I was walking over with Kathy, and I said, "Oh, that's a good idea. I never thought about that. There was something good like that." They go, "Oh yeah," because they're hearing everything. They're hearing all kinds of stuff. They go, "Here's what's going on now."
Oh yeah. And we used to have the same thing for I used to work for the Senate. The last year that I worked there, I worked up in Postal Square, which had the had the security guys who do IT security. Well, it had IT, so it had the security and everything else. But they had the IT department was up in our offices. The finance department was up in for the Senate Sergeant at Arms. What was the other thing? It was something computer related, but it wasn't IT. I don't understand how that works, but that was the main group that was up there. Anyway, one of the security guys, man, he and I used to hang out. He'd come to my house. I'd go to his house. We had a ball. He's awesome. He's big. He's a big, tall guy, nice guy. And, but he was part Asian. His dad was white and his mom was Asian, and he's stunning. I mean, that mix. I'm telling you, some of the women that are from that kind of interchange are so beautiful. And he was beautiful for a guy. I mean, he was he was tall. He was like 6'5". Skin was without blemish. I mean, he was a stunner. I used to love hanging out with him because girls would be freaking walking up to us and talking to us because he was a stud. And it was awesome. So we had a good time. It was great. But he told me a lot about some of the scams and stuff like that and how to protect it. And of course, it's all so old. That was way back then. Now the scammers have become so sophisticated, but so have the security people. They've become very sophisticated. I still don't understand how you can't fry a website. I don't understand how that can't happen. How you can't, as the federal government, somebody's scamming, you can trace it back to that where the local place is and hit whoop, and it'll just fry it. Whoever's sending whatever can just.
I just heard one today, and it's one of those you go, oh, I never thought about that. So someone outside of the hotel calls into the hotel and asks to speak to room whatever. And they say, Joe Blow at the front desk, ran your card. They always make you run your card anyway, even if the room's prepaid. It didn't. They came back like there was something wrong. Can you repeat the number back? Give me the number again that you gave me on that card. Or do you have another card we can use?
Right.
Oh, geez, sorry. Yeah. Here, let me give you another card. Give me the number. Okay. And it expires when? Yep. And the code on the back? Yep. Okay. Thank you.
You know how you fix that? When they call, if someone calls and says they want room 513, yeah, who's the guest staying in 513? That's all I have to ask. No. The person asks, the person at the desk, if you call me and say, I want room 513, please, I would say to you, oh, who's the guest staying in that room? Because if they don't know who the guest is staying in that room, why the hell am I sending the phone call to them?
Oh.
You see what I'm saying? That's the biggest thing. All these guys, if you notice, they don't know anything about you when they call you and try to start scamming you. They just have their little lines that they run. So I always ask them, who is it you're calling when they call me? Who are you calling? Sometimes they'll have like the last name. Bailey. What's the first name? And they immediately hang up,
Or
sir, you don't understand. I'm trying to help out Mr. and Mrs. Bailey. I said, Mrs. Bailey died yesterday. Or something like that. I'll do something like that. or I'll say something, or I've done this before too. I'm sorry, I died 2 years ago.
There you go.
And they're like, and they get all flustered. They don't. How do you answer that? How do you answer someone who said they just died 2 years ago? But rarely do they have your name. They just call in numbers, random numbers.
Yep, that's why we're going to get you on robocalls. You're going to be the king of robocalls.
I want to be robo-answer. Hi, thanks for calling our house. If you happen to know who lives here,
press 1.
Just type in their name, and you'll be able to talk to them.
There you go.
Thanks. I would love that. Wouldn't that be cool, Amy? Amy, I can't hear you, honey. Are you talking to somebody else?
Galen harasses the living stuffing out of these callers.
I used to. I don't.
But
know.
I want to think there should be. You know how they have software that you can run your phone through, right?
Mm-hmm.
That will, when someone calls your house, they call your house and your phone rings and then it answers. Hi, you've reached the Baileys. You want to speak to Amy? You've reached the Gishes. You want to speak to Amy, Galen, Alex, or for speaking to Amy, press 1. Speak to Galen, press 2. Speak to Sophie, press 3, and speak to Alex, press 4. Thank you, and you'll be directly connected. And then you push whatever it is, and then that's how it does it. I want the same thing, but I want the people when they call, don't say your name. You say, dial into your phone the first 3 letters of the person you want to, their first name of the person you want to speak to. Thank you. And if they don't know the first 3 letters of the person they want to speak to, I don't want to talk to them.
There you go.
Of course, mine's my whole name. But
Oh, yeah.
it was Amy's.
Well, that's
But I'm
right.
saying that's the software I want. If you want to speak to somebody, then you have to just die, and the phone will answer on the first ring. That way, you don't have to sit in the house listen to the freaking phone ring over and over again.
And Amy,
Knowing it's a scam.
your family's musicians. You should try. You should say, "Oh, thanks for calling. I need somebody to tell me how this sounds. I've been working on this all day. Let me play it for you." And whatever your
That'd be
instrument-
fantastic.
Yeah. What'd you think of that?
But you know what the problem with that is, though,
What?
Fred? The problem with it is all of these calls now are robotic.
Yeah.
And so you can talk all you want, and they're just going to keep going. Because until you hit a button, press 1, press 2, whatever, it doesn't go to a live person.
You're right.
So, but if you get a call from the robo, you say, press 1, and somebody answers. And they're, I can tell you this, having worked at the call center before, they're like, ooh, ooh, I got a live one. They get on the phone, they talk to somebody, and then they zap it to me, the mortgage, the lender, and I don't have no credit. I can still get you a house. Oh, jeez.
Wow.
Yeah, sadly, it was we were definitely. Let me get your social security number. We run their credit. I had this one beautiful, wonderful lady from Detroit, who was, for all intents and purposes, I believe was a black lady. She was sounded very sweet. Definitely had a certain cultural speech pattern, and she was so nice. And I said, and she got on the hook. Someone called and said, "Would you like to refinance your house? We can drop your interest rate." All that crap. And she said, "I don't think I can, but I tried it before." And they put it through, and I talked to this lady for a good 2 hours, and I educated her, because she had one of her Sears revolving credit Sears. She owed $4,000 on it. You know why she owed $4,000? Because she paid the minimum payment every month.
Yeah.
That's all she can pay. And 4 or 5 years ago, I said, "What did you buy at Sears? Do you buy a lot of stuff at Sears?" "No, only ever bought a washer and dryer." "When did you do that?" 5 years ago.
Yeah.
"How much did they cost?" "Oh, less than this $4,000 I owe. I don't understand how that works." I do.
It's crazy, isn't it?
You've been paying freaking 25% interest because you're only paying the minimum payment.
Yeah.
You're not paying the payment that's due. And when you don't pay the payment that's not due, then automatically your interest rate quadruples, if that. And it's just exponential. And to me, it's a crime.
Yeah.
To me, it's a friggin' crime. And these guys like Aaron Rentz, oh my God. You want to talk about lending predators. And then Aaron Rentz, these guys where you can go in and get a laptop or get a bass guitar, or you can get a couch or whatever. You're paying 17. Oh, no. You come in and say, it's only 4%. It's only 4%. But in the small print, if you miss one payment,
Oh boy.
24%.
Yeah, it's like credit cards are the same way.
Yep. That's just crime, man.
Yeah. These
know
predators.
Crime.
Go ahead.
I think it's a shame that people legitimately do not take the time to learn how it works. So like with Sophie, she has a debit card and a debit card only.
Me too.
Until we make sure that she really truly knows how to live within her means.
Yes.
I was raised with credit cards. The concept is, except for the case of an emergency, when you don't have the cash or you can't do it, you use your credit card only what you can pay it off.
And you shouldn't have.
Well, I didn't. I'm cheap. Never have wasted. I've never not paid off my credit card.
No.
Every month. But there are so many people who don't even think about it. They just think of it like free money.
I know.
Like,
My kids,
dude,
of course,
you gotta
the
pay it
kids, when they're
back.
young, they're like going, "What do you need money for? You have a credit card." And it's like, isn't it beautiful that you can think that way? That's what I say to them. My mom and daughter gets all.
But it's scary that
She
people.
understands now.
But it's scary that people don't outgrow it. I talk to people Sophie's age who really seriously think nothing of it. They're just like, oh, well, I'm just going to buy this thing I really don't need, like this $100 pair of shoes, and I'll just pay it off over a couple months.
You know, and here's the thing: some
It's-
people don't. Some
do you
people
know how much
do,
you're
and
gonna
they're not supposed
pay?
to do it. Right? They pay with a credit card, and then they pay like even less than their minimum payment every month.
Mm-hmm.
Because as long as you're paying something to the credit card company, they're not allowed to harass you. Okay, they can't harass you for the balance as long as they're getting $1 a month. And if it's coming in before the due date, they can raise your interest rate and crap, but they can't like call you and send you letters about being so people say, whatever, you can't die, you can't take it with you when you die. I'm just going to run my credit card up until it hits its max. You know, the problem is what they don't understand is you'll never be able to get another credit card.
Yeah.
Or you might get another credit card at like 20%.
Yeah.
But you still do the same thing. And there are people that's what they do. They do that on purpose. They know how that works, and they do that. And they have huge, their credit is, I mean, not their credit, their debt level is so high. I mean, and I've listened and talked to these people, and I'm like, why do you have $30,000 on a Visa? Well, I had to buy this, and I bought a car, and it's like, what? I mean, I'm like, dude, you don't even qualify for a subpar loan.
Oh,
You know?
man.
Yeah, I mean, we save our money to buy cars.
Yeah.
We don't, we save our money. I'm always amazed by the number of people who are just like the stuff I see people spend money on. Like I know people who can barely pay the bills, but they've got the newest iPhone.
The phone, yeah.
Dude,
yeah.
if you got problems paying your bills, you get
Get a flip phone.
you get an old phone. You just suck it up. I mean, I don't understand
So
that.
when people say to me, I can't afford that, you sure as hell can. You can't afford that. Go sell your house, buy a smaller house, sell your cars, buy a couple of used cars, and all of a sudden, guess what? You got a bunch of money.
Well,
So it's all about choice. What do you want to choose to do? And when I was younger, if I left to my own devices, she liked her. Thanks for liking the show today, Amy. If you want something, because I had bad credit because I didn't pay bills and crap like that, and most of it, what killed me was really early on. I got a cell phone, and it was not Comcast, but it was some communications outfit that you would recognize if I remembered it. But because they're like the first cell phone company, Cellular One. There you go, Cellular One. Remember Cellular One? It was like the only cell company that was available at the time. And I was selling cars, and I had a lot of disposable income because I was a pretty good car salesman. And so I had thousands of dollars, and I bought for like $500. I bought a cell phone that got mounted in my car.
Oh goodness!
Tell me I needed that? And hell no, I didn't need that. But I got it mounted in my car, and I could call anybody I wanted anytime. And then what happened was somebody cloned my phone.
Oh, geez.
I didn't know anything about it. They didn't know anything about it in those days. When someone figured it out and people started doing that, the cell phone companies didn't know what was going on. And my bill got to $600 and $700 for my cell bill one month. And I went, what?
Ouch.
There's no way. And I called them and I said, there's no way. I'm sorry, sir. It shows this came from your number. This is the call. And then she said, there's a call to Honduras. There's a call to, Lithuania. There's a call. And I'm like, I don't know anybody in any of those places. I'm sorry. They came from your phone. I'm like, screw you. I'm not paying that. And that's how it all started. And then my credit went right in the dumper.
People don't save today. That's the other thing. It's like they spend every penny they get, and
that's right. Me too.
And I see. Every penny.
Not now, but then for sure. When I had the disposable income, I was living with my parents. Are you kidding me? Every dime I brought in, it was my money to spend, and I put it in my bank, and then I'd spend it. And I put it in my bank, and then I'd spend it. Then I got a credit card, ran that sucker up like a mug, and and they gave me a really high credit rating because I was paying my credit card off at first all the time. and then you go through a lump where there's no one selling cars, and you're like going, oh, luckily I have a demo, that kind of thing. And so I didn't have to worry about any kind of bills because, again, I was living with my parents, and gas was taken care of from the dealership. Getting my car washed, getting insurance. I didn't have to have insurance.
Mhm.
I had to pay for insurance. Didn't have to pay a car note. So I could go with, because I was living with my parents and eating 3 squares a day there for free. I could, unlike some of the other salesmen, I didn't have to hump very hard. And really, truly, I never had to hump very hard at all to sell cars because I'm a pretty good salesman. And that used to drive the guys crazy because I would just write up tickets like you wouldn't believe. I remember one time, only time I think, and if you ask any car salesman, if they've ever sold a car that wasn't like like right now, remember when they first came out with the Telluride for Kia? They were jacking up $500 the price and selling them. They didn't have to bargain. They didn't have to do none of that stuff. We didn't have none of those kind of cars, except for almost the LeSabre when it got the rating higher than the Honda Accord. We had a run on them. I mean, crazy run on LeSabres. And that was right after I had moved to the service department because I wasn't making that much money. And so I needed a job to make money because they took my car. We sold our dealership to JKJ Chevrolet, and it became JKJ Buick and Lotus. And they took away my demo because I had a ticket on my license. And so you have a clean license if you want a demo. And then they took demos away completely. But there went my money. I had to buy a car. So I was like, whoa. Well, I'm not selling any cars because no one's coming on our floor. So I need a job that pays. And so they put me back as a service writer. And I had a very successful tenure as a service writer for JKJ. Went down to Lincoln Mercury Isuzu dealership, which used to be owned by American Service Center. And then they brought me up to the big house in Tyson's, and I was a service writer at JKJ Chevrolet and Chrysler. And I was making, again, I was right back in the same boat. I was on track for making $130,000 a year.
There you go.
Right in service.
Nice.
All of it was disposable because I lived with my parents in the basement. I had my own little apartment kind of thing where I could just do my own thing down there. Except for food, and that was fine because my mom made my food, and I came upstairs and ate whenever I needed food. Went in the fridge, whatever, it's all bought. I didn't have any other money, no bills. So I did buy a car, and I was able to get a car for a really good price from Chevy, from JKJ Chevrolet, because I was, and I didn't realize what they said. But you know what? If you work for a dealership, there's a law in Virginia that people who work for the car dealerships agree that the people who work for them will get no interest loans on their cars. Yeah. And so they can buy a car with no interest. And I found that out. And when I mentioned it to the guy, because he was giving me all this finance stuff, and he's telling me, oh, you get a much lower rate with JKJ. I said, dude, I just read something in the law that I'm not supposed to be paying any. Oh, yeah, that's right. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Believe me, those finance guys, they're worse than the salesmen for sure. Because they've got like 8 banks that are all trying to get, lenders and not lenders, but lendees. And they have all these. That's when I started working for another dealership, I knew the finance guy really close, and he showed me one day the binder that he had that had all these lenders in it. They had all different things. They need certain requirements, and they could get this interest rate. This requirements, they could get this interest rate. But they also said it showed on that binder how much the dealership gets if it's the loan is bought by this lender. And of course, what are you going to do? You're going to try and sell the one that the guy's going to give you the most money for. So you don't even talk about these great lenders who are giving great interest rates to people who qualify. Like, for instance, first time we bought a car with Mary has like an 800 score, or not much lower than 800. So every lender wants her to wants to lend her the money. And I already knew that going in. So we sat in there with the finance person, and they said, "Oh, no, it's a 6%, whatever." I said, "No." I said, "Either show me the binder, or go to the best one because she qualifies for the best loan. She absolutely qualifies for the best loan you have, and you may not make as much money off that loan as you would off the other loan, but we qualify for it. And if you want a long-term customer, you'll give us that one. That's the one I want." And they're
Love
like,
it.
the guy's looking at you, goes, "Have you worked in the car business?" Yep. And he's like going, "All right, man. This one here is 3%, whatever." And I was like, "Now that may still not be the lowest one, but that's what we were looking at. That's what we were looking for, and all that kind of stuff." And then when they wanted to sell us the extended warranty, now I know all about that too. And they're trying to tell us for $1,500 we can give you a warranty that will cover your car for 4 years. I was like, wow. How about less than that? Well, hold on, fake crap on the damn computer and whatever, and then they look at it and they go, because they already know in their head what's the best deal is, and they know what the cost of it is and all that kind of stuff. Listen to me carefully. $1,500 for an extended warranty for 4 years, or three or 4 years. $1,500 is what they're trying to sell it, and they probably almost always do, because it takes care of everything. You have one of those cars, Fred? You have a warranty that takes care of all maintenance and everything for the car? Okay. So some people don't do that, right? So some people don't buy those at all. They're like, "Oh, I'll get the maintenance, take care of myself." Let me tell you something. When you're talking about 30,000 mile services, and you're talking about 35 mile services, for 3 years, all services taken care of, they wanted to sell it to us for $1,500. Now I know that if I add up all the services, it comes to about $1,500, maybe a little bit more.
Yeah.
I also know that no way in hell I'm buying it for $1,500. You know how much we bought it for? $325.
That sounds reasonable.
$325. Reasonable? Dude, the first year's maintenance is more than $325. I know that from being a service writer. I charge people $700 for a 20,000 mile service. $700. I'm paying half that, and I'm getting 4 years of service.
Which is fabulous.
And then the next car we bought, we did the same thing. Dude, I know it's around 300 something. Well, no, it's 410. It's gone up, whatever. The best I can do is 410. Okay, fine. 410 still awesome deal. Screaming hot deal. 410 for 4 years. Unbelievable deal. I took my wife's van down the other day. It's probably the fourth time I've taken it in. I love getting it in there. They do this, they do that. Mr. Bailey, we did this. Here you go. Nothing due. But make sure you give us 5 stars when they call you. That's all they really want. They want that 5 stars, man, from the dealership. That bears on how much they can buy cars for, how much warranty services that the main car dealership will pay for. I mean, the main manufacturer will pay for, will pick up like people who are just out of warranty. If they've been going to the dealership and getting the work done and all that kind of stuff. A lot of times, and I tell people this all the time, all of a sudden they get hit with this fuel injector not service, but replacement for $800. Well, that's a powertrain issue. Okay, fuel injectors, if you've taken care of them and you've done all the maintenance, that should last 70,000 miles. Okay, they're not supposed to have to go bad, but they've gone bad. Then when they say, well, you're out of your warranty. It's just out of the 4-year warranty. And I'm like, I mean, not me, I'm the service writer, but I tell people sometimes, let me make a call. Now, mostly our service writers don't do that because we sure as hell don't get as much money paid to us as if they don't, than if they pay cash. So, but I'm like, that's never been me, that's never been me. I've always want to help my customers because I want them to come back, and they do come back, and they get tons. That's why I sold cars. I'd sell a car to one guy, and it was a good deal, but I still made good money on it. And we still, it was underneath the sticker, but it was not as far underneath but I made people feel far before I gave it. I sold them the car before I put a price on it. And that's the key to selling cars. You sell someone on the car before you ever talk about money. And if you don't do that, if somebody wants to sit down and says, I don't need to look at the car, I just want to see how much you're going to sell it to me for. And I just tell them the sticker price. Here you go. And they're like going, what? I don't want to pay that much for this car. That's how much it costs. You obviously have done your homework and you know how the car works and everything. Yeah. Then you know how much it costs. And they're like going, oh, well, I thought I could get a better price. I said, maybe. What kind of price are you looking at? You know, that's what you tell them when the salesman does. What price do you think you can get it for? And I'll take it to my manager. And if he wants to sell it, we sell it. And we did. Sometimes they told us. And okay. And then we come back with a counter offer. I hated that crap. I wanted to go out, show them the car, sell them on the car, show them the interior, tell them how it's made, all this crap. It makes them feel really good about that car, and they're basically sold on that car. You like this color? You get them doing this. You like this color? You like the champagne, right? It's a really nice color. I mean, it's super nice. We only have one that gets on the lot. In fact, the owner drives it. And, you get and the reason why the owner drives it is no one likes champagne colored cars. But
I do.
Well, okay, some people do, but I'm just saying. So a lot of people don't like the champagne colored cars. And so, but you tell them, oh, this is the hottest color we have. I don't have any problem snacking that kind of a little black lie. But, and people, because you're making them feel good. Well, I like it too. Okay, it's very popular. Anyway, people like it, all that kind of crap. You sell them on the damn car. Then you go into the dealership and you sit down and you say, here's the purchase thing, and fill it out before you even talk to them about nothing else. You fill it out with the main price and everything, full ride, full ticket. Turn it around and say, oh, you just sign right there and the car's yours. They say, well, I really like the car, but I don't know if I can handle the cost of that much money, whatever. Well, what can you handle, And they're always likely to come at a much higher price if I've sold them the car, because now they're watering at the mouth. They want that car because I have made that car be the best car that it could possibly get into. And then, and you take it up and go to the manager. In our little thing we learned was the manager, you call the manager and you're standing there, listen, and the manager says shit on the phone that he shouldn't be saying. What is this guy doing, Lee? All right, listen, just tell him this. And you tell him, you just go, yes, sir. Is this guy a big fat jerk? And, oh, yeah, absolutely. He's just saying these things, and he's saying all kinds of crazy crap because he knows I know how to sell a car, and he knows that I know where I'm allowed to go as far as the price is concerned. But he starts saying all kinds of shit. Is he smiling? Isn't he look like an idiot? That guy's a jerk. These kind of things, and I'm just trying to keep from laughing because he's saying, does he have any hair on his head? Because they're sitting up at the sales desk looking down on us, and the person has no idea. He's looking at me on the phone. He doesn't know my manager's looking at him, making all kinds of wry comments and stuff. And yeah, so one day I had a guy came in, looked at cars, and it was the owner's demo, and the owner smoked like a damn chimney. So I test drove him. He liked the look of it. I said, well, it's really dirty and stuff. It's kind of dirty a little bit. It's a demo, which is a really great deal. But I'm going to take you in a different Regal, and we'll go drive it. And we did, and he liked it, and I showed him all about it. Hey. And I asked before we left, I said, dude, somebody clean up Mr. Peacock's car because somebody might buy in it. And Peacock didn't care. He was happy to sell a car.
I think Galen needs reinforcements. Galen said there's like 15 kids here or something.
Good luck.
All right. Don't carry your gun up there because you might use it.
All right.
Go easy.
All right.
See you.
I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.
Good night, everybody.
All right. Love you. Oh, he went out too. Fred went out too. Okay. Well, I'm all by myself, but that's okay because I'm used to being alone. All right, everybody. Again, I want to say thank you for watching, especially Tora Arsala and Amy and Chris Weldy. You guys are awesome, and I'm glad you tuned in. Peace out to everybody. Have a great, great day, and we'll catch you on Monday for trivia with Bill. No doubt about it. Sounds like a lot of fun, doesn't it? Yes, it does, Charlie. Okay. We're done. We are gone. We're out. Out like clout. Yes, sir, Bob.
Bye.